So last session, you guys had left Anki Fern's place. Anki gave Aoife, or Aoife as he likes to say, an old drawing, as well as a newspaper clipping. And through a conversation with him, he found out that Aoife found out that Diz was called the Blackthorn, the Blackthorn Prince, because of his mother, Selefra the Bramble Queen, who is the current regent of Mithrandain. You also ended up seeing the current newspaper as breakfast was made there. You also found out about a little bit from Anki of what you know about the Fomorian king Malabog, who had a special sword that was shattered and was destroyed when he was killed in battle when being confronted by Queen Lucra of Shinalestra. And Anki's understanding was that they were both mutually destroyed at the end of the war there in Shinalestra. And the person that witnessed it was a person named Lord Thray, who is also known as the greatest ranger in history, or the greatest ranger in the world, greatest ranger of all time. And he's the current regent of Shinalestra, and supposedly he's an eyewitness. And you also found out about the Silver Grove, which is a deadly forest of ceramic trees that have glass leaves that was transformed in an ancient war. While in the marketplace, Julie managed to buy a dagger of warning. Bo found some trinkets from the old circus called Mademoiselle Mordox's Cirque Delirium, or the Delirium Circus. But you also noticed while you were there a group of bounty hunters, or several bounty hunters, independent of each other. And you decided to split up and get to Aoife. Meantime, Aoife read a story in the newspaper about Tinny's ex, Chad, and some going-ons with him. Then heading back from the marketplace, Hugh managed to get stopped by some guards at the city gate. Hugh identified himself and did not comply with what they were saying, and a fight ensued. He was counterspelled multiple times in that fight. And then after he was stabbed and started taking damage, the nearby party members were able to hear his screams. Not long after that, when Tinny arrived, the deputy requested for backup and sent up a signal flare. Meanwhile, Monkey Fern and Aoife were having breakfast, but hello there. But Aoife found that there was a kill on sight order, KOS, on the party, and Monkey Fern told him that he needed to tell his friends immediately, so Aoife rushed out there. The battle continued for quite a while. A lot of stuff. More and more people kept coming. Backup on both sides. And in the end, Aoife was able to get there in time and turn into a Quetzalcoatlus and help everybody escape on her back.
Yeah.
In the end, there were 3 guards that were killed in the confrontation. After the escape, the party landed near the Silver Grove, where a teleportation gram showed up for Tinny Crux. And it was from her ex-Chad, who requested that she meet him in Mithrandain to return by his side. The party wasn't sure where to go next, so there was some discussion. Aoife wanted to go into Silver Grove, but Tinny eventually talked her out of it due to its extreme danger. Bo and Mears traded some items about the circus, and last we stopped, there was another transformation or polymorph into Quetzalcoatlus again. We flew 15 miles north towards the city of Shinalestra, and then took a 8-hour long rest.
Yay!
Ooh,
It is
long rest.
now approximately 10 p.m. at night. You are on the edge of the woods, and from this point forward, it appears that the woods heading north are very dense.
So at the end, so we started our long rest at a 2 p.m.
Yes, about 2 p.m. I believe.
And it's 10 p.m. and we're on the edge of the...
Of a forest.
The what forest?
Of a forest.
That we think is south of Shinalestra?
Yes, that you believe is south of Shinalestra. Yeah.
Oh, I should figure out what season I am. If one is spring, I haven't been spring for a while.
Have you ever been spring?
I was spring once.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's the
Maybe it's-
prankster one.
Maybe it's time to be spring.
Oh yeah, and you all, you had your visions and your dreams, and you do notice they weren't quite as vivid as last time.
I think I'm going to be spring since I've only ever been it once.
It's good. Yay!
She loves it when the water turns on. She
Yeah, it's
really
like-
likes to play with
who
the
doesn't?
water.
Does she like fountains too?
Yeah.
Places.
She likes Wawa.
That works.
Good morning, everyone! Top of the 10 p.m. to you!
Top of the midnight, yes.
Top of the nighttime to ya! We don't know. It's always the same.
No,
It's always the same here. It's always twilight.
It's definitely darker, and you can see the moon, and the stars are coming out.
Hey, Mears. It's the morning.
Is it?
Yes! The sun has become a moon. It's the work of Diz. We must stop him before the moon becomes the sun. Did you know it's daytime? Diz caused all of this. It's true! While we were asleep, Diz replaced the sun with the moon.
So Tenny is not looking so hot. Tabitha, Tenny wakes up like white as a sheet, just sweating, terrified from waking up, and it's like, it's just like, oh shit, 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 and like fondling her sweater. Oh shit, shit.
Did you see, Tabitha? The sun's become the moon.
I remembered some stuff when I was sleeping about my ex. I knew that I didn't like him. I knew he was a dick, but I realized I'd forgotten a whole lot of stuff about exactly how he was a dick, and and it's a lot. It's a lot. He's awful, and he's not all just awful. Like, he's extraordinarily powerful.
Don't look now, but he's standing right behind you.
Stop it! I'll bite you in the face. Oh, this is terrible. This is a terrible personality meld for today. It's not funny. I'm seriously not sure if I need to immediately go back to him and beg for forgiveness or something to that nature, or he's probably gonna come and you know, I don't know, kill me, kill us all, torture us forever.
Oh, obviously we're supposed to kill him.
I don't even know if that's possible.
Is he an archfey?
That's from what I'm understanding. He used to like brag about that, but he used to brag about lots of things. I'm not completely sure. He has a lot of traits that are.
He did that when I was dating him too.
Oh, did he? Great. But he wants to see you too, so maybe we can both go.
Yes, yes, I hear he's really into me.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way to draw him in.
He's into any woman, so it's not really the compliment that it seems to be.
We'll get him to let his guard down. I'll pretend that I am interested in his advances. And then I'll just bop him on the head. Boop!
I'm torn between that and maybe if we could go get the help of this this ranger guy who's like the greatest ranger in the world and might be helpful too if he could help.
Did you know last night you were whispering in your sleep that you had a crush on me?
Was I?
Yes.
Oh well, that's
Said, Aoife, you're so pretty.
well.
I want to kiss you on the ear.
That's possible. I mean, whatever. I had a lot of drinks.
I think you might have a crush on me. Oh well.
Oh well. Bigger problems today.
I found it out because you were muttering it in your sleep.
I'm surprised I wasn't.
We all heard it.
Things.
Everyone heard it.
Oh, well.
Didn't you, Bo?
Yeah.
See?
Or what?
Amazingly, that's not at all what I remember from my dream. But
Oh, well, I think maybe after your dream. Yeah, you were whispering, you were saying, oh no, it's so horrible. Chad, And then later you were like, Aoife makes it all better. I love Aoife. I want to give Aoife all my gold. Because I have a crush on her.
oh, amazing.
Yep. And Bo heard it too.
Well, Chad did invite me to watch the two of you
Didn't you,
together
Bo?
if I so desired, but
Bo heard it too. Look, Bo's nodding. He heard it. Well, it's two witnesses that you want to give me all your gold. Guess you have to. Anyway, I'm sorry. So you want to kill Chad? Very good. We'll get him.
I mean, if it was possible, that'd be great because I feel like he's just gonna. This is bad. I don't know what he's.
Well, I want to go visit the ranger fellow because he saw Lucra die at the hands of Malabog, and I want proof of that. And then I think also he can help us get into the ceramic forest so I can get my memories back. And then maybe we could have him challenge that king as well.
Yeah.
And he could help us kill Chad. There are at least 5 different reasons to go visit this ranger man.
That's fine.
Lord Thray.
If that fails, then we could also maybe get Chad to. Maybe we could convince Chad to challenge the king too. But I think
That's a wonderful idea.
but I would have
Maybe they'll kill each other.
I would probably have to respond promptly. But maybe I don't know how they send these letters. Maybe I could send him a letter.
Dear Chad.
He doesn't like to ask more than once for anything. If he has to ask more than once, then he gets mad.
Dear Chad, if you defeat the king, what's his face, in single-handed combat, I will take you back. And then, I don't promise, and then you send it to him, and then he'll go fight him.
I mean,
And the king will take care of him.
maybe if it was, if he believed that there was anybody that thought that they were a better fighter than him or anything like that, then maybe he'd respond to that. I don't believe that he really believes that I have a will to take him back or not take him back. Exactly, so. Anyway.
Well, how did everyone else sleep?
Or more.
I didn't sleep at all. I was just meditating all night. Even though it was the day, not the night. Or is it the night? Did you see Diz replace the sun with the moon, Bo?
No.
Yeah, right now it's daytime. Thanks to Diz. We must stop him.
I missed it.
Do you see how it's dark now?
No. Wait. I think I saw it. How's he doing that?
evil.
Keeps coming back.
Yeah, the power of raw evil. We have to stop him. Because right now is daytime and he's made it look like it's nighttime.
And it's day, night, day, night, day, night.
It's just night forever until we kill him now.
I don't see the moon though.
Is there a moon?
Yeah, there's
There's the moon right
there's
there.
a- oh, okay.
See?
Oh. And the sun?
It used to be the sun, but he turned it into the moon.
Oh, then I don't see the sun.
Exactly. Well, I'm looking forward to finding this ranger. We have at least 5 reasons to find him. What's that behind your ear? Oh, you had a piece of platinum behind your ear.
As you try to interact with me, you see that I'm clearly not really paying attention. I'm just staring up at the moon, like clearly deep in thought.
What are you thinking about there?
Huh?
What are you thinking about there?
Oh, and then you hear my voice in your head. I think it'll be easier for me to just say that rather than write it all out. I say, I was just thinking. Then I look at you and I go, Evo, why do you do what you do?
What's that? I'll tell you what. High five. Too slow.
Too slow for what?
Oh, you missed the high five.
Where did it go?
Anyway, why do I do what I do? What do you mean?
Why do you do what you do? Do you do it for yourself? Are you doing this to help somebody?
Why am I trying to stop Diz? I don't know if you heard the news, but he killed my parents.
So it's revenge.
Well, and he's also being very evil, and he also is blaming all of us for all of it, and things are getting printed in the paper saying we did it, and he's just an evil fellow.
But before Diz, why did you... How were you living your life?
Oh, well, that's a great question. You mean before we met in Zorhas?
I
Well-
almost forgot that's where we met.
She takes out some dark chocolate covered raisins. Well, I was working for a dwarf called Greaves in a mage college library, reading books and running about pulling pranks and being a scamp. Till one day I decided to go out on my own. And Greaves gave me a sword and a bit of armor, and I went out looking for adventure. And perhaps to find the Feywild, find out my parents, because I didn't remember anything from before I had appeared as a young adult in that city. And now we're finding out right now.
Are you good or evil? What does that mean?
I'm good.
But why are you good?
Is the moon good?
Yes, I think so.
It's far away, isn't it?
Actually, I don't know.
Well, I can't touch it.
Does that make it evil?
No, it's good. You said it was good, right?
I think it's good. Do you think it's good?
You think it's good. And I have thoughts too. Aoife just keeps like fucking with him. She's not like answering his questions, she's just teasing him. Leading him around in circles. You know, because she's a prankster today.
I'm just scratching my head.
Well, You're very thoughtful today. But I think no matter what we think, we must go visit this Lord Threy. Did you have any good dreams, Hugh?
I dreamed that my god kind of told me to chill out a little bit.
That you were killing too many people?
That's a little quick on the trigger.
Do you have a peaceful god? Well, maybe if you heal a few people, he'll be happy. Yeah?
No worries. We're tight.
Do we know how far away the city is from here?
Nope.
Could I have gotten a good view?
From your view, you did not see it.
Or has anybody shown us these maps?
Well, you have the map.
Okay. So based on the map, do I know?
The map isn't to scale.
No, we're in the Feywild. Well,
How many days has it been since I summoned that elephant?
I think it is 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's, what, a week?
Yeah, 7 days.
Yeah.
It wasn't an it's an archmage. That's what he bragged about.
Chad's an archmage.
Like, I mean, he said lots of things. He also thought he was an amazing bard and a bunch of other shit. But he did really weird stuff. Incredibly powerful magic. And on occasion, he had a forked tongue.
Well, I say we kill him.
He's a scary motherfucker.
He has a fork for a tongue?
Fork head.
He has a fork in his tongue. His tongue is forked. He tried to eat his own tongue with a fork and it got stuck there.
Ugh.
That's forked up, man.
Thanks, Nick.
That's what she means. That's right. Anybody want some of these?
Oh, I'm looking.
He killed a lot of people.
Well, I for one want to kill him. And I think it'll be fun. And I'd like to do it by telling him, "Oh, Chad, you're so handsome. Come alone with me into this room."
No, we want to be alone in the room with him, but
Then I'll just, boop.
I know, I'm gonna say. Remember when I was like, don't go in a glass forest? I'd be like, don't go to a room alone with Chad.
Well, what if all of you are hiding in the room?
He's got a lot of like skills.
Or we tell him it's an orgy. And we're all waiting for him. Just come into this room. We all want him. We were so impressed by his note. We were so impressed by his note. And then just boop.
I'm a little bit concerned that he's been watching us and stuff too, like he's mentioned. So,
Do you think he watches us all the time?
I don't know.
'Cause I was thinking of going to bathe down by the river. Maybe I could flip him off while I'm bathing.
Or be like, oh, Dad.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't wait.
Maybe if we just say his name 3 times, he'll show up.
It's very possible. I've heard of such things.
Well, should we start marching to the land of Lord Threy?
Which direction are we going?
Oh, north. Shall we?
Excuse me.
We'll look at the map.
Excuse me.
Looks like it's that way.
This is you.
Oh, yeah, what I know what north is?
Did you paint that recently?
Yes, you
Okay.
know exactly.
No, that was one of the first
could
things I
survive
painted.
this.
Okay, so I will point to north.
Let's throw this back up.
Oh, it's just allergies.
That's what they all say.
So you guys just start heading north?
I'm good all packed up.
Sounds good.
I'll hop on my disc.
invite anyone who wants to get on the disc with me.
I'll get on.
Start heading north. Look for trouble.
All right. So you start heading north. I'm assuming you're staying fairly low, if you're sticking together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mirrors, make a perception check at advantage. Tinny, make a perception check, and Hugh, make a perception check at disadvantage.
Perception.
These are advantage.
Yes, at advantage.
12.
24.
12.
12?
Yeah.
What did you roll? You rolled a 12 or you rolled a...
No, I rolled a 4. I'm plus
yeah,
8.
that's not so good. What did you get, Nurse?
A 24.
24.
Like,
All right. Mirrors,
Market or whatever that is, but
as
all
you
the-
guys walk for about an hour heading north,
Food,
you notice
food place?
Yeah.
that
Or
there
it's like
is
grocery
what
store,
appears
like
to
grocery outlet.
be something that looks like it could be a portal.
Could be a what?
A portal.
Portal.
You see a circle of toadstools, and you see floating around the toadstools are fireflies that are just going in a circle.
Oh, like a fairy
Is this
circle.
a fairy path?
Yeah, you think so?
Oh. If I tug on your ropes.
Tugging is good.
There's a fairy path. Tell the others.
When you walk up to me, I'll try to trip you.
No, I'm on the disc with you.
When you tell me, I'll try to trip you.
Okay.
Eh.
I'll share that with the others. There's a circle of fairy mushrooms over there.
Is that something to avoid? Or
Well, he says it could be a portal.
to...
It could be something good. It could lead us directly to where we want to go.
Oh.
Or
Possibly.
to death. Could lead us
I'm
to
gonna
a
consult my
different
knowledge.
plane. Could lead us into the mouth of a creature. Can I try to arcana the circle and see if I can figure anything out about it?
Sure.
Allow me to look at the circle. I'm an expert. Nope. Just 11.
Eva's like, this is obviously not a fairy circle. You can tell from all the old mushrooms on it.
This is not a fairy circle. This is just a circle of mushrooms and fireflies. The fireflies live in the mushrooms, and the soil is different in the middle. There's a rock in the middle. That's why the mushrooms aren't growing there. Clearly.
Fine. What's the stuff about the fairy paths?
Can I walk up to the fairy circle?
Ah, sure, yes. You have seen something very similar.
I have.
Yeah, in your past. If you remember in one of your dreams.
Oh, it's not a fairy circle, Bo. It's just some mushrooms.
I'll poke one of the mushrooms on the outer edge.
Okay. When you do that, it starts to glow.
Oh, and you hear, oh. And touch the mushroom.
Oh.
How'd you do that?
I poked it.
Sorry, I can't find the thing on.
That's alright, don't worry about it. If you have any questions about it, you can just ask.
That was pretty much it, right? Like, if you take it, it could take you to where you're.
It could take you places, yeah.
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 I forget. Is there? Do I have to offer something?
There's a lot of different ways. It's in this case, it's going to be sort of like a puzzle, essentially. There's like keys. Some places you have to know a certain dance or whatever. But there is, in this case, Bo has touched one mushroom and it is now glowing.
Oh.
And it went, oh.
The whole thing or just one mushroom?
One mushroom.
Oh.
Oh. And I saw him do that.
Yeah.
Ooh. And do I recognize this as a puzzle?
You think there could be some form of activation.
Oh, okay. What color is it glowing?
It's glowing. It's just glowing yellow. It's like a reddish toadstool, but it's just illuminated. It's not like a It doesn't look like a bioluminescent mushroom. It's like glowing like there's a candle inside.
Okay. And is there any discernible pattern to the mushrooms that are kind of laid out, or is it just random?
It's just a ring.
Okay.
There's probably like 50.
50? 50?
50 mushrooms, my favorite.
And in fact, your perception's high enough that you're noticing that there's probably 50 fireflies.
Probably what?
50 fireflies as well.
Oh, 55.
50 fireflies.
Oh, 50 fireflies.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. 50 fireflies, 50 mushrooms.
Well, actually, now you're noticing that there's only 49 fireflies.
Oh. So it's probably in that one mushroom. I'll touch another mushroom. The same way Bo did.
It glows as well.
Same color?
Yes, yeah.
Ooh, okay. I'll just keep touching mushrooms.
All right. If you keep going around, you'll eventually, as you're doing it, you're noticing the fireflies disappear as you go around it. And when you tap the last one, you see the ground starts to shimmer, and through it, you can see a mountain, and there's some snow on it, and it goes down to a valley. There's lots of trees, and in that valley, you see kind of a ruined-looking city with lots of torchlight and campfires.
You.
Do I recognize this place?
Let's have you do a wisdom check. Just a straight wisdom check.
Sure. Straight wisdom check. 17.
It sounds a lot like Shinalestra.
Oh. Okay. I'll tell Tinny. So you guys saw this image of basically Selenosha pop up on the ground. I see, Tin, I think that's where we're gonna go.
Okay.
You should have Bo jump in.
Should we hold hands or something so we don't get separated?
Does the city look
Probably.
familiar to me at all?
No.
But I recognize it as it possibly is Celestia.
It does sound like the description. Or,
Oh, I've been there before. That's my favorite place.
We should go. But we should hold hands.
Is holding hands good or evil?
I don't know, but if we don't, we might get separated.
I don't want to do anything evil.
Okay? You don't have to hold hands.
Oh, it's okay. I'd kill someone for you.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna make sure I'm not holding Aoife's hand.
Well, you have to hold my hands or we'll all explode and
I'll
die.
hold Tinny's and Hugh's.
Just on the tail. I'll hold your hand.
Oh, thank you. Hugh, will you take my hand? Ah, thank you. Here we go.
I'll grab Bo's mighty mitt, my little hand. Okay.
Everybody think about Ranger 3. Go!
And I'll lead them inside.
Okay. As you pass through, as you step in, you feel almost like you're being stretched out, and you're flying through a tunnel, and you land on the other side. You're all holding hands, and you hit the ground. You can see the portal behind you is still glowing. So in front of you, you can see a falling apart city. It's rather large. There's a gate off in the distance to it. Far off in the distance, you can see some towers. Along the gated wall area above it, it's quite a large wall, probably about 50 feet tall. There's some very large-looking ballista on top of it. There are a few buildings in the area that you're seeing. Most of them look like they've been damaged a long time ago and are starting to get overgrown with vegetation. And you do see some people down in that area, and they seem to be tending to some campfires.
Timmy, maybe you should lead the way.
Me? Okay.
Eva's acting weird, and Hugh starts fights.
I'm gonna try to be stealthy.
I'm working on it.
Sneaky about it there.
Are you guys going to try and sneak up?
I'm definitely sneaking. I don't wanna.
I'm definitely gonna.
I'll sneak if they're both sneaking, yeah.
Yeah, I would follow behind. A little bit of a distance, I'll sneak.
I too will sneak. Due to the sneakiness.
All right.
Anybody? There was something in the. I want to say there was something in the newspaper about this town. And something that happens at night here.
What?
I don't know what it.
Well, it's too bad I lost the newspaper. But I had the Kenku make an exact copy
Nice.
before I lost it. And here it is, all drawn by hand by the Kenku himself. Explosion rocks Harrowhame. Well, that's what happened with Diz. Ace reporter gone missing. 5 foreigners sought. People who played Rochambeau. Oh, I didn't see
Tell
this.
me what that means.
Breaking news: Fey realm safe as rogue archfey attackers in Shinalestra defeated and captured.
This was the older newspaper.
Yeah, this is not the new newspaper. Raid over Darkthorn Prince is defeated by the heroic Lord Calathon. Yes, how did you get a copy of my memory
I think it
newspaper?
fell out.
Look, this is the copy that I have.
It's my sticky fingers. That's my.
She's like, oh, this newspaper?
So, years ago, when on the day I was kidnapped,
Yes.
the Darkthorn Prince, which I guess is Diz, was defeated by Lord Calanon Thray. Diz tried to take the life of the heroic leader and ruler, blah blah blah, Thray. The forces of Diz attempted to storm the city. Attempted coup. Supporters working inside city. Heavily fortified ranger entrenched city. The city is not only famous for its nightly worldfall shift.
What's that? What is that?
I don't know. Do you know,
Anybody heard of what that means?
Fey fellow?
All shifted.
You can do a wisdom check.
Just a straight wisdom check.
Yep.
Wow.
Sounds bad. I don't know.
10?
10. It sounds familiar, but you don't remember exactly what that means.
I'm just there scratching my imaginary beard.
I'd like to.
It's not something you remember encountering
I'm gonna firmly,
when you were 4 years old.
Right.
firmly polish off my
Yeah, if I
eyes
didn't
with
know
the
what
eagle.
Yeah.
Be like,
The defeat of Queen Mab's unseelie forces, but at a cost of damaging the domain in the creation of the Worldfall and during the Second Forlorian War, ending in the defeat of the evil Formorian King Malabog and his forces, but at the cost of the destruction of much of the city and the death of the good Queen Lucra. Though the good, brave, and valiant rangers of Shinalestra lost a large number of its heroic defenders, it was not in vain, as the forces of the evil Darkthorn were quick to surrender after the loss of their leader. You really took notes on this. There's writing all over it. Did you study this last night, which was a day?
That's how
90.
my memory works. You told me that, and that's the annotation I did in my mind.
The captured villains include the infamous Deadly Four, which I think those are the names I wrote down in the Spider archive.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spider Archive.
Well, I guess disaster destroyed this city. And
When you mentioned it, I just thought
and
there's
something called a
about-
world fall happened.
that happens at night. Nightly.
Well, it is night now. It's 10:37 by my estimate. So has the world fall already happened then?
It's only about 10 o'clock, right?
Maybe we could ask them by the campfire, no?
Is there a campfire that's not in the city?
They're all around the front of the city where the destroyed buildings are. Hugh, Tinny, and Mears, you can all make perception checks.
Just a straight line.
Jesus.
Just a straight line.
Terrible. My
19.
passive perception's better than that.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know
10.
Okay, so Mears notices that he hears something behind you guys. Hugh, you notice that you're surrounded by people with bows hiding in the forest.
Great. They say we got company.
Better kill them all.
Fireball. Just kidding.
Wall of fire around the group. You let us know.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'm glad we find a nice private place for me to change my clothes privately. Please, all of you, turn your backs while I take all of my clothes off. Thank you. I will now strip completely naked under the belief that I am totally alone. I'll start to, pretend to take things off, but I'm not taking anything off. Do the hiding people do anything?
No.
They're just watching.
Hugh doesn't notice them doing anything.
Thank you, party members, for turning your backs as I undress completely in the belief that I have total privacy. I mean, I don't want to take my armor off or anything, so I'm just messing with a glove or boot or something. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into blade song, but I'm gonna do my blade song dance. Well, I love to dance unobserved as I undress.
And he's just standing like this.
So, yeah, upon hearing that, I quickly mold earth a little foxhole and I hop in.
Okay.
How many people do I think there are?
Probably about 15 or 20.
Oh, jeez.
Hugh, since you're the only one that notices now, since Mears just jumped in a little foxhole that he made, you notice that the light from the ferry passage has gone out.
So he's just standing.
What are they?
You can't tell. But you did see bows. They seem to be camouflaged.
Well, I've finished undressing, group. I'm going to tell you something that I've never told Why are you holding your hands up? I'm going to tell you something that I've never told anyone, and I don't want anyone else to hear but you. Very private. My true name is Clarissa. And my
Tell them your name is Chad.
social security number is... I start saying my social security number. The people just stay camouflaged?
Yeah, they stay camouflaged. They seem to just be watching.
Aoife's acting really weird.
Boy, I hope we can
You're telling
find
me.
that Ranger Thray somewhere. information we have.
Okay, when you say that, you see them start coming out of the forest. They don't have their bows aimed at you. You see they start walking towards you as a group. Leading them is a dwarf and an Eladrin. The Eladrin, it's a male dwarf and a female Eladrin. She has red hair. As they approach,
Mother, is that you?
they just calmly walk up, and if you say that to the Eladrin, she's very puzzled.
Does she look the same age as me?
No, she's probably older than you. Actually, you're almost certain she's older than you. The dwarf says, "Who goes there? What's your business?"
My name is Clarissa Coils of the Northern Textile Coils.
What's
Would
your
you like to
business here?
sample my textiles?
What textiles do you have with you?
Oh, well, I pull out the scarves that I bought at the Animal Folk Market, the pink and
Okay.
green and yellow scarves. Here are some beautiful scarves that I have. Has led to our family's great wealth and nobility among the people of the North.
I'm here looking for an audience with the Ranger Thray.
Thray, what do you want with Thray?
To talk about history and mysteries
And maybe he can fight the king.
and problems.
Fight the king?
Yeah, that I forgot his name. There was a king who wanted us to find someone who could fight him.
A king wants you to fight him.
Well, hold on, everybody. Let's say this stuff to Thray.
His name-
We don't know who this person is. She could be my mother.
Well, it's the dwarf that's saying it, and he says, let me introduce myself. I'm in charge here. My name's Sergeant Malgrim Bloodhammer. This
Oh,
is my lieutenant, Yorpiros. And Yorpiros, she just kind of grunts. They go, he goes, if you want to see Thray, you better hurry up. We gotta get going.
Oh yeah, what's planetfall?
Worldfall.
Says, Worldfall.
Yeah,
Says when it shifts,
that
city
sounds
shifts. Well, I mean, depends on how you look at it, but I guess.
I'm happy to come
Oh, man.
wherever we need to go.
All right. He says, well, you better hurry up. We need to go back to our post soon, so we need to get there quick. And he says, let's get going. And he just says, follow me. And he tells the rest of the rangers that are with him, stay on guard, get ready for Worldfall. And as you start walking, if you follow him, I'm assuming you're going to follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You notice that the city's pretty much dilapidated. It looks like it's been for a very long time. The buildings are all collapsed. Most of them don't have roofs on them. They're kind of overgrown with stuff. The rangers seem to be mostly living out of tents and lean-tos. Some of them are sitting in hammocks. As you get to the gates are very large. But those look like they were rebuilt recently. You can kind of actually see the lines where the stone does not match the original stone. He starts going, stop walking so slow. Come on, hurry up, walk faster. And
I'll try to trip him.
you're going to try and trip him? All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Well, it's not an attack.
So when he says follow me, do they notice I'm in this hole?
He
It's a little 5-foot hole.
doesn't care.
Okay. So as I start to walk, I'm gonna silent image of myself
Okay.
to follow them, but I'm gonna sneak in the shadows
Okay.
behind them as I follow.
Okay, all right.
You know, my cloak is on. It's all
Okay, yeah.
camouflage with everything.
All right.
You say you're trying to silent image yourself?
Mm-hmm. So it
While
looks
you,
like I'm following
While
you
you
guys.
hide, but the silent image?
Okay, so
Yes.
he says, we don't need any of that shenanigans here.
And I try to trip him.
Can I
He
jujitsu?
says, we definitely don't need any of that shenanigans here, is what he tells you.
Oh, watch your step! The world's going to shift at any moment!
He says, you're damn right it is. We've got to get there quick. And when he says that, he's like, so you know he's a very busy leader. He may not have time to speak with you right away, but I'll try and get to see if he can have an audience.
I'm going to say to him very earnestly,
Sir, it's of utmost importance to the entire world that we speak with him now.
Well, then hurry your ass up and keep walking.
The entire fate
Walk faster.
of every living
You're
being.
too slow.
I'm walking.
It's really fast for a dwarf.
Yeah, he's actually very fast.
Does he have the squat nimbleness feat?
He's moving quick. And he says, yeah, I don't know if you've heard, but Lord Threy, he's probably the greatest ranger in the world. He might even be the greatest warrior in the world.
That's good. That's kind of exactly why I'd like to talk to him.
And the lieutenant's kind of like, yeah.
I'm going to whisper to you guys, does anyone else get the feeling that this is foreshadowing that he's going to be like a terrible ranger and warrior?
Maybe
You should say that he's not as good as that king.
up is down and down
Yes.
is up.
But before we send him to fight, we should find out. We should find out if what he saw about Lucre getting killed, and if he's telling the truth and everything.
He says, you want to know about Lucre? Yeah, he knows all about Lucre.
I said I was whispering.
Oh. Yeah, no, he says that. He's like, yep.
What are you, a cleric?
He says, what are you talking about?
How come you can hear me whispering? I whisper very quietly.
He says, we're all very quiet here.
I'll say, what's that behind you?
He says, it's the rest of the city. Now get your ass moving. As you're walking
Pardon
in,
my friend Shannon. Shenanigan.
yeah,
Clarissa.
says,
Shannon again.
anyway, so I'm sure you want to know about that world fall little, but so it all happened when they damaged this thing called the Binding. You know, it's a shield that protects the city. A lot of the fairy cities, they have some kind of form of protection. This one had this thing called the Binding, and what it does is it protects from teleportation, summonings, portals, things of that nature. When people try to get into this city, they can't. People try to get out of the city, they can't.
Oh, well, you taught that's one of those.
And he says, and then also, you may have noticed, or you may not, this city also has something called the Earthbound Grasp. Don't try to fly, you'll die.
So should I get off this floating disc then?
He said, oh, if you're on the floating disc, it's not floating.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
just, I've been pulling it along behind me.
Yeah.
I'll fold it up.
Yeah. I didn't think you were on the floating disc at this point because you walked through the portal. He tells you that basically if you try to fly over this city, you just fall out of the sky and you'll hit the ground. He says it's probably not even a good idea to jump. And then he tells you that when that happened, then a long time ago, damaged it. Now we have this world fall bullshit happening.
So what world does it turn into?
He says, what's the name of that place? The one that we go to all the time? He says that to the lieutenant. Shadowfell? Yeah, Shadowfell. What do they call it? Sometimes, some people call it the Plane of Shadow. Someone else said it's, I heard some travelers once say it was called also Ravenloft. Boss refers to it as the Domains of Dread.
Was it a different domain of dread every time?
He says, "Oh yeah, you never know where we're going to end up each night."
So the city goes to those places.
He says, "Oh yeah."
Does the city change or just the place around it?
Oh, it just transports the whole city there.
So the city stays the same. It's just sometimes there's vampires or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's a lot like that other city, the one that goes to other worlds.
What?
He says, "Yeah, what's that one?" And the Aladdin's like, eh.
At the mention of Shadowfell, I start kind of slowing as I contemplate.
He goes, "Hurry up! Come on, we gotta keep going. We're halfway there."
I'm gonna pull out my mother's hammer and be like, "Have you seen this hammer, Mother? Do you recall it? I think her memory's gone." To the red-haired that grunts.
She kind of just looks at it and goes like, "What?"
Remember your hammer.
And he goes, "Get moving!
Remember your daughter.
You're walking too slow."
All right.
So as you start approaching this kind of citadel fortress castle, you notice it's got very large walls and extremely tall towers. You actually do recognize the towers from, let's see, who had the dream about Malabog? You did. You recognize the towers. You can see the tower, the tallest tower is the tower that you saw Branor and Lucra jump out of.
Oh, snap.
You also notice that the fortress seems to be covered at the top of each of its towers, another set of massive ballistas. As you enter the gates of the keep, you start walking into the main building, kind of like this sort of palace type thing. But when you walk inside, it's all destroyed. It's falling apart. Even the stairs are starting to fall apart. And he says, "We got to go up there." He's at the top of the tower.
Before we go in, Tinny, I say to you, Tinny, he mentioned the Shadowfell. I don't think we should go there. If we get trapped there, we might never come back.
It seems like...
It's home of the Raven Queen. She's no good.
Are we safe when we're inside of here during the world flow? Or?
I mean, that's why we're here. He says, "The Rangers protect the city
Got it.
from the Shadowfell."
Okay.
Now let's get moving. Come on, hurry up.
I think maybe if we stay with them, we'll be...
You're going too slow.
I don't think that fairy portal's going to take us out.
You gotta walk faster. Come on. You got
I'm
to
gonna
get up
pick
these stairs.
now and I'm gonna start running with him.
He says, "All right. I like you. You got spunk. You ever thought about being a ranger?
No.
We don't get many Goliaths around here, but
Goliath.
you look like you could be a ranger."
Okay, am I going fast enough? And I'm like,
Yeah.
No,
You're going pretty quick.
alright.
You and I can do psychic whispers for 4 hours.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
we can just have running
cool.
conversation anytime we need.
All right, so you're psychic whispering with mirrors.
With mirrors, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did
Sounds
find
good.
out that I can telepathically talk, but you guys cannot telepathically talk back. So you guys, if you respond to me, it's out loud.
Yeah, so let's just say I'm psychic whispering with you.
Cool.
But yeah, I think we're safest here.
I am moving quickly to follow this
All
man.
right. So as you start walking up the stairs, you can see that there are parts of the stairs missing, and it's just a drop straight down, and you have to cross on a beam. And he just walks across it, and so does the Eladrin. Everybody,
How far is the gap?
it is about 35 feet. The drop.
Don't jump.
The drop is about, from here, you're about 4 stories up. It will take an acrobatics check to get across.
I just do it.
All right.
7.
Yeah, I saw that one.
23.
14.
He's being a klutz.
7.
Okay.
I'm debating whether I want to use a wild shape or not. 15?
15. All right. So, Bo and Hugh, you will slip. Like, basically, as you guys are like slowly crossing this thing, Hugh kind of slips, falls. Make a strength check, or actually an athletics check.
And athletics?
Yes.
Half-whack.
Okay.
4.
He falls off.
Oh no!
The bouncing makes you fall. Make a strength check.
Oh, he's going to be good.
21.
21. All right, you're good. So you like cliffhanger it and catch it with your hand, and you're holding on, and so as you're falling,
When he falls,
Yes.
can I use my telekinesis to pull him back?
how much can you lift?
It's any creature of any size, but it's 5 feet.
You're talking about the
Telekinetic
telekinetic
feet.
shove, right?
Right, I can pull towards me or push away.
Well, it's a shove with the hand. Well, yeah, I guess you could. Well, you either be pushing from one direction or pushing from another.
You pick a target, they make a strength
Mhm.
save, and then they get pulled towards you 5 feet or pushed away 5 feet.
So what are you trying to do?
He's starting to fall, so I want to pull him back 5 feet.
You want to try and pull him? All right, sure. Try and make it. Let's do an initiative roll,
And then if you,
just for you.
And then with Null Growth, would you allow me to use loose stone to try to catch him under his feet?
Possibly. So you were saying, what's your initiative roll?
Low.
Okay.
9.
Well, you do it, but
8.
it's not quite fast enough to catch him in time. And he
Mhm.
goes down. You can do an initiative roll.
Okay. Gets plus 3. Yeah, plus 3. 11.
11. No. Hugh, unfortunately, you hit the ground.
Oops.
Oh my god. You take 17 damage from the fall.
Ow.
You hear him slam into the ground. And the Rangers are like, holy shit. Jesus.
You okay down there, Hugh?
Yeah, damn it.
This is, we'll wait for you. Come on up.
I mimic the ranger. Holy shit.
Okay, I'll go back up.
All right. He's like,
Careful now, careful.
be more careful this time.
So this
He tells
is
you-
acrobatics again.
Yeah, he says, 1 foot at a time. Go as slow as you
Hold on,
need
Hugh.
to."
Don't try yet. I'm gonna tie a rope to him
Okay.
and like tie it to
Well,
the
are
bridge.
you going to toss it back to him because you already crossed?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
make a lasso and
Yeah.
toss it on
Well,
him.
you could use your telekinetic thing to even.
Shove the
Yeah.
spiders.
Yeah, yeah.
Like a
I'm
spider.
gonna toss a lasso on him and then tie the other end to the bridge, so that if he falls, he'll like be
There's
hanging
no,
from the
there's
bridge.
no holds on the bridge.
Like around
Oh,
the bridge, you said it's like a
Yeah,
5 foot
okay.
thing. So if he falls, he'll be hanging from the bridge.
You think that it's possible that doing that, it might yoink it if he falls, and then the whole beam might go with it.
It's a beam, like of
Like
wood.
it's a wooden beam, yeah. You just went across the 30-foot wooden beam.
Yeah. Well, I'll do it anyway.
Okay. All right.
Ready?
You get advantage. this
Acrobatics.
time.
Ready?
Advantage. Roll twice.
I see him throw the rope.
Natural
and
20.
really
Okay.
come
Yeah.
to both shoulders.
Okay. So this time he makes it across. He says, do it like that next time.
I'll take my rope back.
He says, come on, guys. We got to keep going. You're going too slow.
Hurry, 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 hurry.
All right, so you guys are running up the stairs. He says, "Yeah, this part's a problem." He's like, "We're just gonna have to kind of climb up this right here to the next floor, since that whole part of the floor is gone." And he starts climbing up the rock wall, It will require an athletics check to climb the wall to the next floor.
Not my strong suit.
Can I try to make it acrobatics? Can I try to flip and flounder my way up? Flippity doo.
You can make it acrobatics at disadvantage.
Okay. Do I, from looking at like sort of the path ahead, do I think that we're gonna have to do a lot of weird stuff like this coming up? Climbing and
You're not
all that?
sure. You can't really see. You're going straight up. You're trying to climb up. You're missing 1 floor. You're trying to climb up to the 3 floors from where you are.
You got a 3.
Oh no.
Hang on to both.
I got a 10.
You got a 10 and a 3. Okay.
For strength, you got a 10.
What did you get?
Oh,
I'm just holding on to Bo's back.
Oh, you're holding those
Oh,
back.
no.
I'm going to go into Blade Song because it would have gotten me advantage on the last one. And so it'll make me have a flat roll instead of disadvantage.
What does it give you advantage on?
It gives you advantage on acrobatics checks.
Okay.
It's only 1 minute long though, so
Yeah.
I'm going to try to run to the next obstacle.
Okay.
If I pass this one. Yeah, that's a nat 20.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yes. She makes it up very easily. Hugh, what did you roll?
I have not rolled yet.
All right.
I do a set of handstands and parkour cartwheel up the thing.
And it's
See Aoife
strength.
flying up there.
It's strength, yes.
It's athletics, you said.
Correct.
And she says,
Oh, wait. I can use
You make it up. You're
19.
fine. Hugh's having a hard time. He's huffing and puffing, but he gets up there.
can
she
I
says,
use-
"Come on, everyone! There's no gravity on this thing. You'll just fly right up, just like I did. Just try. It's easy." Ho ho ho!
So, Bo, roll,
no, I'm-
roll 3d10 to see at what point you fall.
I'll get it.
Thank you.
And sorry, how high up is the next?
30 feet.
Okay.
I run to the next obstacle so that I don't run out of time before hitting the next obstacle.
24.
24. Okay. Wow. You almost made it to the
Oh,
top when
okay.
you fell.
I used I used
I know how
one
you
of my
feel,
luck
man.
points to reroll.
Okay.
But D20, I got 18.
Okay. So you.
As he starts to fall,
lucky.
can I misty step?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Sorry, Bo.
All
He
right,
starts to tutter
Bo.
backwards and I...
Bo, you fall.
Wait a sec. He's falling?
Yep, he's fallen.
What did I do to you? Oh yeah, I'll try to suck him back up.
You already,
Yeah,
you
you're
already
right.
took
Yeah,
off.
okay.
You take 9 damage from falling,
Boom.
and you're back on the top of the stairway that you were at. Aoife, it looks like it's all stairs from here. It's just going round and round and round and round. And
I'm running
all right, you're booking it. As you're running up,
sensuously.
the other Eladrin runs with you, and the dwarf is waiting with them.
Mother, why are you so silent?
She goes, oh
Are there any more obstacles I can use my blade song on?
oh jeez.
I'll just do a bunch of flips
So-
and dances and
So
stuff.
everybody else made it up except for you, Bo. You're gonna try again?
Yes.
All right.
Guidance.
You can do it.
He tells you this time, wipe your fingers off first. It's not so slippery. Yeah, you get advantage.
Okay. That's a 10, which would be a 15.
You make it up already.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All right, so you guys start chasing after. He tells you guys you're too slow. So you we'll make an initiative roll-off between you and the Eladrin to see who gets to the top first. Aoife.
Oh, okay. An initiative roll?
Yeah, just initiative.
Nope, 8.
Okay, she gets up there before you, and
You're no child of mine.
so yeah, exactly. So as you get up there to the top, can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Yeah. It's not to maintain concentration, is it?
No, it is not.
Bad.
Okay. What's your con bonus?
6 total is what I rolled.
Oh, you rolled a 6. Okay, so you get to the top, and you're just huffing, puffing.
4 plus 2.
You're just so tired, and you get 1 point of exhaustion.
What? I was using Blade Song.
Yeah, I know.
It increases my speed,
Yes.
and it
And
gives me advantage on acrobatics checks.
this isn't an acrobatics checks. You've been running upstairs for 100 feet.
So, I got a point of exhaustion?
You get a point of exhaustion.
What kind?
Regular exhaustion.
1 D&D exhaustion?
Yes, one.
Or D&D exhaustion?
Regular D&D exhaustion.
What?
D&D exhaustion.
From running up a staircase?
Yes, and they're all going to be doing the same thing in a second. Yeah. So, as you get up to the top of the stairs, you're huffing and puffing. You do see a group of people up there, and the Eladrin who's with you says, you have to wait a moment till the sergeant gets here.
I lay down on the ground.
That's yeah, that sounds about right. You're just kind of wheezing on the ground. You guys all get up there.
I thought I was really fit. I thought I was doing Blade Song.
He's
Feywild is wild,
acting
man.
like
I
a
thought I was live
drill
and limber.
sergeant getting you to the top. You can all make Constitution saving throws.
I turn to the silent woman and I'm like, I'm really angry that this staircase made me exhausted. This makes no sense. What is this
12.
staircase in the Shadowfell?
Well, you get a point of exhaustion.
11.
You get a point of exhaustion.
You get
I
a
rolled
point
a
of
natural
exhaustion.
one,
You
so.
get a point of exhaustion.
What about you, Mirrors? Is everybody exhausted?
Con save,
Yes.
17.
Where does exhaustion
You're fine.
go? It's just something you know.
It's because I carried you up half the way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm nice and
exactly.
relaxed.
He was sleeping in the pit. He teleports.
So,
oh, you know what? You couldn't have missed these steps. Sorry. You're going to have to take that damage.
You
I was just looking that up.
Right?
You're right. So
Yeah.
could I have used, as he starts to fall, could I have used direction to, since you said we're at the top, could I have jumped off of his shoulder?
No.
so this is not 1 D&D exhaustion. So
Yeah, I
this
was
means
just
that
gonna
we
tell
all
you.
have disadvantage on all ability checks.
Ability checks, yes.
Yeah.
But that's just if you're, it's not on attack rolls. And it's not on saving throws. Those are different. But if, from this, until you get your exhaustion gone, you do have a disadvantage on your skill checks because you're tired. So after the sergeant gets up there, he,
Why don't you redesign this staircase? This is insane. Don't you? Hasn't this been here for decades?
he says way longer than that. So as he goes up there, excuse me.
Have you heard of elevators?
He says, "Hello." Is that like an elephant?
Elevator, it's like a machine that rises up and down.
He says, "I never heard of that nonsense before."
Oh, well, you'll have to come to my city. We have one in the tower of the Mayflower.
He says, "That sounds fancy."
It is fancy. It's fancier than killing yourself every time you enter your city.
He says, "We got to just make do with what we got."
Are you my father?
He says, "Maybe, I don't know."
He's gotten around it.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. So, as you walk into the room, you notice that there seems to be a group of rangers up there, a couple people that are probably wizards, and then you notice somebody looking over a map who's standing there, and as you walk in, he begins to roll up the map, and he turns to the group, or turns to you anyway, and the sergeant, and you notice immediately Thray is stunning. He's perhaps the finest looking example of a male Eladrin you have ever laid your eyes on. His features are statuesque and striking. He is pristine, without blemish. He's covered in glowing tattoos, but they are not only beautiful, but look tasteful.
Does he look like Jared Leto?
He said tasteful.
He said tasteful, yes. Not a thread or a strand of hair seems to be out of place. It looks as though the dust is scared to touch him as it floats by. By comparison, not only does everyone around him look dirty and inferior, but you also become keenly aware of yourselves and how squalid and ragged you look in comparison to him. He's dressed in highly polished leather armor of the finest quality you've ever seen. He carries multiple quivers of bolts.
Is it patent leather?
He carries multiple quivers of bolts strapped to different areas of his armor, and on his waist hangs a single, ornate, very dark metal scimitar. He appears stressed, and he looks tired, but he looks austere. And as he goes over the maps, he looks at the sergeant, and he just kind of gives him an intense look for a moment, and he says, "What do you want?" He says, we're sorry, Lord, but I'm sorry to bother you, but hurry up, spit it out. I don't have time to waste. Well, you see, they asked me to, who are these people? Why are they here? You, what do you want?
Oh, well, it's excellent to meet someone almost...
Get to the point!
Oh, well. Are you not the best ranger in the whole world?
He starts talking to the sergeant again. He says, "You two get back to your post."
You are the most good person in all of the Feywild, are you not?
He looks at you for a moment and he goes like this, and he says, "Zone of truth."
Does he cast it? Or does
Yes.
he just do that?
Just says it.
And yes,
Zone of truth.
exactly, zone of truth.
Code of science.
Yes, exactly.
Can I see how magical and powerful his scimitar is by looking at it? Like,
If you want to get closer.
okay, I'll roll with the disadvantage in Arcana.
Okay, you're gonna get. Or how close are you gonna get to him?
Well, just like 6 feet, just looking at
Okay,
his sword.
so when you get that close, first, everybody's going to make a DC 19 Charisma saving throw against his zone of truth.
Bo, if you fail the save, just don't say anything.
What kind of save?
Charisma. Fail.
Oh,
And I need a 19.
You need 19.
I
Trying to
just
decide
made
this
it.
I can't tell if it's an 8 or a 3.
Well, what's your bonus?
Plus 1?
Yeah, you're not gonna make it.
That's not gonna get to
If that's in-
19,
what-
bro.
If that's an 18?
I got 14.
Oh,
Oh, wait. That is an 18 because that's a 13.
okay. So
No, 19.
Okay, so you're fine then. And
I made it.
as you probably remember, that means he knows that you both have made your save. Eva, you walk up to him, and as you walk up to him, you can make a Wisdom DC 19 saving throw.
Okay. I'm just 6 feet away from him. I'm not
Yeah.
trying to touch him or anything.
No, I know. You can make it an advantage.
Ooh, thanks. 19.
All right. You are like, this guy is really nice looking,
Yeah.
but he does have an extremely nice looking sword. Now you can make a investigation.
At disadvantage because I got exhaustion.
Yes, yeah.
16.
Okay. You just think it looks like you're like, this is a really nice looking sword. Well, at least you haven't seen it unsheathed, but the way it looks, you're like, wow, the quality's really
That's
high.
what she said.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So I'm like, it's really nice to meet you, Your Majesty. I'm not hit by his stuff, but I'm going to act like I am. I'm like, oh, it's so nice to meet you, Your Majesty. You're clearly the most good and wonderful person in the Feywild, yes?
He says, what are you talking about?
You're good and kind.
He
and
says, the
peaceful."
way I see it, you all are here for one of two reasons. You either want to join the Rangers, or you're asking for my help.
Well, I actually wanted to ask some information.
So for help. He says, well, I don't got a lot of time. So, I tell you what. You keep up with me, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know. How does that sound?
Well, we're already exhausted from the staircase, so I don't know if we can keep up with you.
He says, I gotta go on patrol right now. He says, look out the window. Whirlfall's happening.
I look out the window. What do we see?
You can see there's a lot of mist starting to surround the city. He says, I need to get to the front line.
And I'll tell him
Okay.
Let's go with.
telepathically. I'll join you. Yeah, pull out my bow.
You tell him telepathically.
Yeah, because it's the only way I can talk.
You notice that your message does not reach him.
Ring of mind shielding. I like to see if he's wearing a ring.
I'll try
Is he wearing a
to. I'll
ring?
try it again.
You don't see a ring.
Oh, it has a property of being invisible. My character is wearing one.
How would you know that he tried to telepathically send a message?
So
I wouldn't know anything.
I try it again and.
Yeah, it's not working.
Tinny, tell him I'll join him.
He'll join you. We'll join you. I'll join
All
you.
right. He's like,
I'll
okay,
get
let's get going. And you see him just walk up to the window, and he jumps out the window.
What the?
I follow.
All right, as you follow, you
Bob!
can see there's a thin rope going
Oh.
down the side, and he's holding onto it, belaying himself as he runs all the way down to the bottom of the tower.
I'll try to grab
And
it.
then you see there's one of the wizards who's like, you guys better hurry up or you're not going to be able to keep up.
It's not something I can do acrobatically. It's not
I'll try to
strength
grab
wise.
the rope before I plummet.
Yeah, I'll use another blade song and just try to make it happen as quickly as possible to go through all the obstacles so that I can do acrobatics as a flat roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you all going to follow him down?
After seeing him and then Bo and then I see the rope, yeah, I'm gonna try to slide down the rope.
18.
Me too.
You can make an athletics check. You can make an acrobatics check.
I'm doing acrobatics.
Remember, it's at
Ooh,
disadvantage.
hell yeah.
Shit. So 23 versus 8.
26.
Yeah, that's an
I go down that rope
versus
like nobody
If
That's bad.
11.
having gotten to the bottom, if I see him falling, I'm gonna try to telekinetically push him up to
Right
like
onto
slow his
yourself.
fall. Like he's
Dirty
falling
20.
like
16.
Dirty 20.
16.
26.
Okay, so you all go. You see Hugh falling down past you guys. Right past both of you, you see a guy heading head first down, catching up with Hugh, and then you see him go like this, and then they both start slowly falling to the ground.
Ooh.
oh, somebody feather falls you. Who,
And
who goes?
it was the wizard that talked to you guys. You guys, come on, guys, we got to keep up with him.
Which wizard?
It was one of the wizards from the town.
I say thanks.
He says, "All right, let's get going."
What wizards did I see up there?
You saw 3.
He's coming with us. Who are you?
He says, what's his name? Gosner. He says, you can call me Gosner. Now we gotta get going. Sorry, he's gonna be pissed if you don't keep up, and he's quick.
What's your? I'll hurry. What's your job here, Gosner?
He says, I kill shit.
Come on, get away from the wire.
Cool.
How ripped are his thighs from going up and down the stairs all the time?
Who?
Gosner?
Everybody here that you met so far is incredibly strong.
All right, so we're hurrying.
Okay, so as you're running to the front line, you're running basically back to the gate, and you can see suddenly it gets visibly darker. The stars disappear, and it almost seems like color itself has disappeared.
Oh dear.
And so you catch up with Threy at the front.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
trying to hit one more obstacle before my blade song runs out, so I'm running.
Okay, there's no more obstacles.
Oh well, I'll do some acrobatic shit.
Okay, so you flip out at the front. You're like, yeah, like I'm fine. Everything's good. And suddenly, it becomes very silent. Like you were hearing crickets and the breeze and stuff. It's noticeably dead quiet. There's a lot of mist around. the moon doesn't look real anymore.
I told you! I told you it is replace the sun with the moon and the moon with the sun. Look how fake it is.
So, he says, so what I do is go on patrol out here. I go to the front line because I have the most experience. If you guys want to go with me and patrol the outer rim of the city, then you can ask me whatever you want for the next 6 hours.
And if we don't go with you, will you talk to us after?
He says, if you don't go with me, I have no use for you here.
Well, okay, but your staircase is really exhausting.
Actually, he's gonna go to you. Is she always this big a crybaby?
No, not normally.
Interesting.
You know, usually when people are really, really good looking, they're also nice.
He says, I don't know what you're talking about. What's your question? And
Well-
you see him start walking out into the mist.
I'll follow.
Okay.
Question 1. Can you tell us about the time you saw Lucra get killed by Malabog?
He said, oh, that was a long time ago. That was wait, quiet. Shh. And you see him kind of looking around. And then he goes back to talking and he says, yeah, that was like 1,000 years ago. Why are you asking about that?
Didn't it happen on the same day that Diz, the Darkthorn fellow, was killed by you?
What? No. That was like 25 years ago?
Right. Well, I read about it in a newspaper that was printed on that day. That said that. But anyway, okay, so it was 1,000 years ago.
Yeah. That's what he tells you.
Can you tell us what that looked like when she was killed?
He says,
Oh, well, while they're talking, I want to be extra perceptive because I'm gonna try to impress him with my perception skills.
okay. So you're like
Yes,
looking around.
but like
All right.
extra so.
Extra stuff. All right, sounds good.
Where's the newspaper?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's fine.
Where's your newspaper?
It says, interesting. See, you want to know about the death of Lucra? That is not something I expected you to be asking about. It says, well, it started with that Malabog. He's a Fomorian king, and he attacked the city. He had a bunch of different type of fae with him. Dark fae, unseelie, red caps, quicklings, cyclopses, a few witches.
What do quicklings look like?
It's just quicklings. They look like little faes that move really fast.
I'm going to describe to him the thing that I saw in my dream with the filed down teeth and little red eyes and see if that sounds like a dark fae to him.
Oh, he says, he says, little guy with. He's like, you talking about Diz?
Oh, is that what Diz looked like? When he's not in all sorts of other forms.
He says Diz is he's a dark elf. Got red eyes, filed down his teeth.
Is it dark elf?
That's what he tells you.
I'll describe the taller figure that was in the dream too that looked similar. Is that like the changeling giant?
He's like, oh, he's like, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Talking about his friend, Galen. Galen Mordox.
You sure his name is not Gorpunkel?
Gorpunk. No. He
So-
says, yeah, that guy he was here with is 25 years ago.
Galen Mordox is like a giant changeling?
He says, yeah, he used to be the Grandmaster of the Assassins.
Did he have a circus?
He didn't have a circus.
This whole thing is a circus.
Um,
Well, the pin says Mordoc's Cirque de Delirium. Does this look familiar to you?
He says,
did he have a wife?
Does yours say Mordock like with an OCH and yours saying Mordox with a DOX? Or is it the same name?
I don't know. I spelled it D-A-K-S.
it's the same name.
Okay.
Yeah, was there a Mademoiselle Mordock?
He says he did have a wife.
Do you know who she was?
I can't say I ran into her. At least I don't remember. I think she was one of the, what do they call them? Deadly Four?
Oh.
Diz's friends.
So the giant that's working for Diz might be the same person who has the circus that has your family.
Seems like it.
So he says that yeah, Diz was an interesting guy.
He is, but you know what's even more interesting is the moment when you saw Lucra get killed. Can you tell us about that, please?
Hey, oh yeah. So yeah, we were talking about Lucra. The moment she got killed, huh? Sure.
Yes, what do you remember?
Yeah. So there was this big explosion. She was vaporized, I think.
Inside?
Sure, you can try to inside.
I will try. So if I use my point of inspiration on a
Advantage.
roll with disadvantage, will
It
it
becomes advantage. Yeah. I
It
mean, it
becomes
becomes
a-
normal.
becomes normal?
Yeah.
Cancels it out?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try that. Why didn't I make a divination wizard?
Because you don't want 410.
Inside. Ooh, 9.
You're like,
Be on the
this is
lookout
obviously
just
the
in
truth.
case.
Why would he be lying to
I
you?
don't know if I trust him yet.
He tells you, yeah, he's like, so what happened was, the city was in shambles, and I saw Lucra, and she was on the ground. She was covered in blood, and she was yelling at Malabog. I saw Malabog by the gate, and I was running. I was trying to get over there, but there was so much debris in the way. I couldn't get a good look. He tells you I was bleeding out of my right eye at the time. And as I got close, all I saw was Malabog shooting this beam of dark energy at her, and then there was this massive explosion. And next thing I knew, I woke up, and I was trapped under some debris. It took me about a good 10 minutes to get out from under it. I ran over to where she was. The whole area was just devastated. He says that we found pieces of Malabog all over the city. Found his right arm, and we found his right foot. And he turns around and he points. He goes, it was like 300 yards away. We found a part of the right side of his face. He's like over there. We had to replace the entire gatehouse, as you can probably tell. And his sword was shattered. His helmet, his crown was shattered. He says, I made this sword here out of a piece of his sword.
Oh! Is Diz's sword made from his sword too?
He says, "Oh yeah. Back when he was, when Diz was here, when he was working for me, he did find a piece of the sword. I told him to hand over the piece. That's actually why he left. He wanted to keep it for himself. I told him it was dangerous, but he wanted to keep it. Took off.
How come you can use this dangerous sword without being affected by it?
He says I'm careful.
Did you see in that moment with the laser beam where King Bruno was?
He says, what are you talking about? Who's King Bruno?
They wasn't there?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You ever heard of King Brunor?
He says, no, who's this King Bruno?
From Harrowheim.
From Harrow? Why would somebody from out in the sticks be over here?
He's looking for someone to fight one-on-one. And, he's not as pretty as you are.
He says, that's a weird thing. Well, maybe someday he'll find somebody that he wants to fight.
Well, what if you, just, poked him a little bit and had your way? I think he's descended from Malabog.
He tells you that, he's like, I don't know, maybe, but I have to be here every day, so it's not like I'm going to go halfway around the world to Harrowheim to go talk to some king.
Right.
Well, what happens if you don't patrol for one day?
He says, then the shadows overtake the city. The shadows overtake the city. The city goes back to the Feywild, and then the shadows have a way to get in the Feywild.
So none of these other people can do it? Can defend the city? It's just you. Without you, the world would end?
He says, that's why I'm here.
Inside.
Sure, you can decide. At disadvantage.
What did Diz used to do for you?
He says he joined the
Nat 20 and a 2.
Rangers. Yeah.
He joined who?
She said, after they did those experiments on him and he killed all those people, he didn't want to be in the city anymore. He decided he'd join the Rangers and make something out of himself. And he was damn good too. Kid was a prodigy. I mean, he was 9, 10 years old when he joined us, and he was probably the best of the best. That's what he says. And
Who was?
Diz.
Huh.
Yeah, he says, that he had potential, but then he took off after only about a year when he found that medal. But, he's the prodigy, the prodigal son of the queen, Queen Celephra is what he says.
And Queen Celephra, is she to the west?
Yeah, Mithrandain, she's way over in the west. Yeah.
Have you seen Diz lately?
This is not since I killed him.
Oh.
You killed him?
Says, yeah, I killed him. Yeah, I do. It's unfortunate, but, had to happen. He came to me about 25 years ago, and he had this army with him. And for some reason he had this idea in his head that I was going to join him on some kind of crusade to, make the world better or something. It's like, I don't know. He was still a kid. He wasn't as young as he was, but he was still young, arrogant, bullheaded. He kept going on about he was going to end injustice and protect people who couldn't protect themselves. And then I told him I wasn't going to help him. And he attacked me to try and take my sword. And he said he was gonna take over the Rangers and use them. And so I had to kill him.
Well, he's back.
He says, what do you mean he's back?
Guess who's back? Back again. Diz is back.
He says, how do you know this? That would be all over the newspapers if that was true.
I roll my eyes at him. Oh, how naive you are for such a handsome, powerful man. May I touch your bicep, by the way?
He's like, oh. What do you mean Diz is back?
Well, he's a shape changer. He's a changeling of some sort, and he keeps dressing up as us and then blowing things up, so that.
Oh, that's an interesting story.
Well, you can roll insight on me if you like.
And roll insight.
Didn't you cast Sword of Truth?
And he goes, oh, that's.
And I failed to save. Do you remember?
He's like, well, that's rich. That is rich.
You know I'm telling you the truth.
He says, wow, interesting. So he's back, huh?
What would it mean to the kingdom to discover that Lucra isn't dead?
He says, what do you mean, Lucra? What's going on here?
Just what if? As a what if? What would it mean to the kingdom to discover if Lucra wasn't actually dead?
Well, she should get her ass back over here and fix this place, is what he says.
Well,
if that was actually the case.
What if she's being held as a prisoner?
Queen Lucra is being held as a prisoner.
Yes, if she were being held as a prisoner, I'm sure he'd want to save her by fighting a king for Morian.
He says that's impossible.
Well, look at these notes we have here from her.
They disappeared.
No, they disappeared. Yeah.
I have empty hands.
But I made a copy.
Yeah, you did, but
Look at the copy of this note she wrote.
Okay, you want to give him the copy of the note?
Yeah, well, I'm still percepting. I'll reach it if I hear.
Look, she wrote this note to us.
Alright, he takes it and he starts looking at it. What is this bullshit?
It's a note that she wrote. She's imprisoned by that king.
She's imprisoned by a king.
Yes.
I forget. Did we actually see Lucra?
No, you never saw
No, we
her.
never saw her. We only got notes.
I think I saw her in a dream.
I've seen her in a dream.
We've all had conflicting dreams.
Okay.
Actually, I haven't had a dream about her, but
Because
we've
you
had,
don't dream.
yeah, I have.
Right.
But I have dreams, some kind of
You have visions.
visions,
Yeah.
but not about her.
No.
My dream tracks very similarly to his description of events, sort of, except for the absence of one important person known as King Brand.
You
She disappeared.
you didn't actually see Queen Lucra die. You saw an explosion, and then you found pieces of Malabog.
He says, this is true. That's interesting. Yes.
It was written in the newspaper that you were an eyewitness to her death, and it was false.
He says, I didn't write that. Newspapers write whatever they want.
Yes, so I'm telling you, she survived, and she is in prison.
That's very interesting. So she survived and she's in prison.
That's right.
Maybe.
That's very interesting.
We're in a world of
What's that over your
shape-changing
shoulder there?
weirdos.
He says it's probably a shadow. He says, but as long as they don't get too close, I'm not worried.
That one's wearing a bunny hat.
He then says, so how do you know all this? What
We've had a hell of a few days. Me.
So who are you exactly?
Well, let me ask you another question. Have you ever heard of a guy named Chadwick Finn, by any chance?
No, what?
Okay.
You're a strange group.
So we have a lot going on.
So what proof do you have that Diz is here?
What
alive.
about this? I'll pull out some proof.
but yeah.
I don't know. I'll look at my inventory for a while.
And he will also say, so why would Diz be impersonating you?
Eva, give him the ring.
What?
Xander will tell him.
No! What are you talking about?
We don't have proof, but Xander is the proof.
It's not proof.
You don't even hear it. He's talking to her in their minds.
What? He is
Talking to him in his mind.
talking to me.
Oh, you're talking to you. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, I see. Because you're.
He's talking to me and I'm answering out loud. What's with his music? Time to change the music.
It's an intense moment.
It's the shadow music behind us.
Yeah.
What? You're asking me for proof? I have.
He wants to know
all right.
why he would be impersonating you personally.
Do we have the newspaper where it has our wanted picture and everything?
Yeah.
That's not proof that he's back.
No.
I'm gonna pull out the drow portrait that I got from Xander's basement
Yeah.
and say, "Look, proof."
Says, how do you know these two?
Well, I got it from this wizard, Xander's basement.
And how did you get into Xander's basement?
Well, he let us in.
He let you. When was this?
Oh, how well do you know Xander?
He says, I know enough.
What
He
if
was
I
quite
were to
well
tell
known.
you that my name is... I'm going to whisper it in his ear. Ifa Kavir Galailo.
He says, interesting. He says, so you're Diz's sister, huh?
Half-sister, and we want him dead.
Interesting. He says, well, I'll agree with that one.
I'm not finding any little items in my inventory that will prove that we ran into Diz. Does anybody have anything?
I wanted to grab the newspaper where it says that I cast Fireball and the wanted posters, and then I want to try and convince him that I can't cast magic because I can't.
He says,
That was my plan.
Look, here! He dressed up his bow and shot fireballs. He's
Right.
back with that Mordox person.
I can't do any magic.
He says, the newspaper says that it was actually him.
This is right. They saw him sneaking about.
And then he says, that's very interesting. So,
Pulling his neck a little bit.
what's your plan? What's your plan now?
Well, I was hoping to convince you to fight King Branor to free Lucra so she can return here and fix your city. And since you beat Diz once, maybe you want to beat Diz again.
He says, I might have to. I mean, he's probably going to come back from that sword. That's what he says.
Yes, we wanted to warn you of that.
And he says, great, yeah. And he also goes, you know I already knew who you were, right? I was just waiting for you to tell me.
Well, aren't you just Mr. Fancy Pants over here?
He says, I got the wanted poster, right?
You just set up a staircase like that in front of your city so that everyone has trouble standing up to your powers.
No, he says that, he says, look,
If you saw Lucra die 1,000 years ago, why haven't you fixed the staircase since then?
he tells you, oh, well, I'll tell you exactly why. He says, we got no money. They don't give a shit. You know, they made me the regent over this place 1,000 years ago. I've been fighting the fucking Shadowfell for 1,000 years. That's what he tells
So
you.
Lucre's the only one that can stop this world fall business?
Well, I don't know if she can fix it. I mean, maybe it's possible, but
Does it happen with the great explosion? Is that what caused it? Or
yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a little confusing the past. It was a long time ago. A lot of stuff happened.
Insight.
You can.
Nah, that's not real.
but he does tell you that.
I got really good insight.
He says, look, he's like, I don't know if this Lucra that you think you met is some kind of story that somebody fabricated to throw you off to get you to do something, or what. My guess is that's all bullshit. It sounds like bullshit to me, is what he tells you. He says, I understand that you probably believe it, but I just told you what I saw, and it seems odd to me that she'd be trapped by somebody. She is very powerful.
I'm going to get really intense with him and be like, listen, Mr. Handsome Pants. You are the one person that can free Lucra and restore your city. Do you want to do this for another 1,000 years? Or do you want to be the hero that you think you are?
He says, it doesn't matter what I do. I've tried, and I've tried. He says, you know, we stopped the forces of Malabog. He says, we stopped Diz, and they give us nothing. You know, Titania doesn't care. If you could, if I can figure out some way to help you, I will, but I can't leave my post. And
I don't understand how all these other people who are so athletic and magical can't cover the city for one day.
he tells you it's a very dangerous place. And as he says that, Mirrors and him both look to the side, and you just see hundreds of shadows start coming in your direction.
What does he do?
He kind of pulls out a crossbow. It appears out of smoke in his hand. And as he does that, he goes like this, and he puts a bolt on it, and you see he fires, and when he fires the crossbow, there's hundreds of bolts flying at the shadows.
Cool.
And he says, he goes, Gosner, you cover the back, I'll take them, you guys stay here, stay safe.
While his hands are like this and he's focusing on that, can I just take a sword?
You can try. Do it. Go for it, man.
It's spring!
It's springtime!
What's the roll?
You can do a sleight of hand. He's gonna notice, but you can do a sleight of hand to see if you can grab it.
I love to roll with disadvantage on things. Okay. Come on, 2 nat 20s. Give me a 1 in 400 chance. Hey, not bad, not bad.
Alright, so I'm gonna say you do grab it. You unsheath the sword.
An 18.
You unsheath it. It's a scimitar. It's got a jagged edge. It's made of black metal. You see that it has.
It's got magic on it that makes you really hot and a jerk.
Yeah, so what it does is you can see there are like veins running through the metal. They're like made of red crystal. As soon as you see it, you recognize it. And you suddenly start getting a nervous tick as you realize it's ruidium.
Oh, the thing that made me mad.
And he goes, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, I wanted to look at the sword.
And he grabs it back from you. God, you're an idiot. And he says, I thought you'd be at least as smart as Diz. Get your ass back there, or you're going to get killed.
Do I notice anything else about it? Like Arcana check kind of thing?
You can see that it looks like it's very sharp. It's made of a black metal, and it has veins of ruidium running through it.
Whoa.
He starts running towards the shadows. As you guys are standing there, Gosner starts backing up and attacking shadows from behind.
I'm gonna try to find an advantageous place to stand.
throw you guys over here in the center. He's off the board over here. Gosner's off the board over here. You see an extremely large shadow running in your direction this way. And everybody else seems to be...
What's the landscape? We're like in a clearing near
Yes.
stuff?
Yeah. Near the front of... So, the city's over here. There's destroyed buildings like over here. You're farther out, and he's out in the front fighting the main force of the shadows.
His crossbow bolts, they all look like magical crossbow bolts.
They do. And every time he fires one, it seems to be just firing massive amounts of bolts up there. And he's killing them by the dozens. So. You guys can all roll initiative.
Do we have disadvantage on initiative because of exhaustion?
No.
Excuse me.
21.
6.
17.
Actually, I could go even higher. I have advantage on initiative.
9. You do. Weapon of warning, very good.
23.
You had 9?
9. Always good.
Who had 17?
Me.
And what do you have, Bo?
18.
So, do we just see one big shadow right now?
Yep, there's one big shadow that broke away from the pack that's attacking.
Is there any terrain? I can grab my little
Oh,
terrain.
no, it's pretty much flat open.
Just a big flat open space and one shadow running at us. And which way is homie?
He's that way.
Huh. And the wizard's with him?
No, the wizard's behind.
He's on the other side of the
he's
map?
on the other side.
So nobody's with us but us?
Yes.
Alright.
And it is Tinny's go first.
Okay. How far away is that thing from us?
It is.
Is that
Which one is
accurate?
you? Is this Tinny?
Yep.
1, 2. It's about 50 feet from you.
Okay. I got 60 feet on my psychic blade. Okay. And there, yeah. Anywhere.
Shadows aren't undead. Is that correct?
Shadow.
Probably not. Nope, we don't know.
You're not sure.
We don't know
Well,
what the fuck is there.
If you actually, you know, in general, shadows are undead.
Are.
In general.
Okay. Little shit.
But we don't know specifically.
Does a 15 hit?
15 does hit.
Woohoo! Okay. Then that is gonna be 8 psychic damage. Right? Yes. 8 psychic damage, and then question.
Yes.
Can I hide behind a person? If I want?
Yeah, you can try to hide. Who do you want to hide behind?
I'm gonna hide behind Bo.
Alright. You attempt to hide behind Bo.
We're gonna do a
You can roll stealth.
cartwheel. Is that at disadvantage with our fire spells?
Yeah, unfortunately right
You rolled 2 17s in a row. That's gonna be a 28.
now. Alright.
Either way.
I'm just gonna, you're not falling down. I'm just gonna put you down.
Yeah.
Here, just to give an idea.
So I can pop up. Give me out.
Alright. Bo, it's your turn. You see Tinny trying to hide behind you.
I'm gonna
literally
Can
clinging
I
to
close
his
the
neck.
distance on the shadow?
Spider.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 35 from you.
Okay, I'll be able to do that. I have a 40-foot
Yep,
speed.
you do. You want to run up to him?
Yeah. I'm gonna rage,
All right.
and then I'm gonna smack him twice with the magician's judge.
All right.
Magician's judge.
That's a 10. That's a 16 to hit.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay. It's 2d6.
So as you get up to it, you can see it seems to be made out of some kind of dark material. It's almost half liquid, half solid, with like a smokiness to it. It has spider legs and tentacles.
Dope.
Okay, that's 11 damage. And then for the second hit, it's going to be a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. And the 16 hits. 20.
And that's 6, 8, 10 damage.
Is how much?
10.
All right. Smacked it a couple times. It looks like you maybe hurt a little. Hugh, it's your turn.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna do guiding bolt.
Okay.
What is that? 8, 16.
That'll hit.
Some shadowy liquid. Spider tentacles.
15 points of damage, radiant damage.
Radiant damage. You realize that seems like it hurt a lot more. It definitely seemed like it hurt a lot more than you thought it would. Or that
Radiant?
it seemed like it should have. It is now its turn. Let's see, that's you right there, right?
That's he.
Tis he. So he will suddenly move here. You'll see he just kind of flashes in the shadows and appears there. And then he suddenly just shoots out tentacles and legs everywhere, and it attacks everything around him.
Whoa.
Everybody can make a DC 16 dexterity saving
Very nice.
Everybody?
throw. Everybody.
That's Dex?
That is dex.
Is this a spell or would I get advantage on
It
it?
is not a spell.
23 for me.
Barbarians have advantage on dexterity saves against things they can see.
Yeah, that is true.
Oh,
You can see it. Is it magic they can see, or is it anything?
It's
Anything.
things they can see.
It's spells or traps, anything they can see.
Yeah, if it's anything, then you got
That is still only a 15.
it. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Mine's a 9.
Okay. Anybody else miss?
I missed.
Okay.
I got a 15.
Okay. So.
So Petunia is probably flying a little bit. Is she in a sphere or?
It's within 60 feet. I think.
Can Petunia fly in this world?
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
she can. You guys are outside of the city, so she can.
Oh, good.
So she would still be affected by the sphere?
Yes. Yeah.
What's the DC?
16.
She fails.
Okay. So everyone who fails takes 27. The ones of you that made it, you managed to dodge the stuff from impaling you.
Let me use stones of
And what is the
Wait.
type of damage?
It is necrotic.
Do I take half because of my uncanny dodge?
Did you make your saving throw?
No. Wait, what was it? 16?
Yeah.
No. I got a 15.
Yeah. So, uncanny dodge is it halved when you?
If I can see it, I can use my
Yeah,
reaction
I
to
think-
have the damage.
Yeah. You can take half.
So what's that? Wait a minute. What was it?
27. So you'd be taking 13.
Yeah. If we made the save, we get to nothing.
You can take nothing.
Okay, cool.
And I
then
used-
you're raging.
Yeah, I'm raging and I use Stone's Endurance. And I rolled a 6, so that's 11 points off of the damage as
Okay,
well.
so you only take 2.
2 damage? Okay.
So it's not a spell, eh?
No, it's not a spell. It was literally just shooting parts of its body all over the place, and then they kind of rubber band back in.
Gross.
Yeah.
I just got lucky.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh. I forgot that I have this side bolstered knack that will let me add 4 more to my thing. which would make
Ring of
me
Evasion.
actually-
Oh yeah, you could use it if you want. I already know what it does. You can,
I'm reminding myself.
okay, yeah, you have so many charges. I think is it 1 charge or is it 3?
It's 3 charges.
and then you automatically make it.
Regains 1d3 at dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I just used my side bolstered knack
Oh,
to give myself 4 more
to dodge it.
to dodge
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Which and with evasion that means I take 0.
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna pass the save. Does that mean 0 if I
Yeah,
pass?
0. Yeah.
Yay! Thank
Alright,
God
it
I
is-
got this ring.
It is Aoife's turn.
Thank God the first DM was just giving out random magic items,
So many magic items.
filling up attunement slots. Do I see any other creatures coming?
Not. They seem to be preoccupied attacking the other 2 people that are just killing them in swaths.
Well, good for them.
Yeah.
I wanted to plan my turn out ahead of time, but I wanted to get more information before my turn. Speaking of which, does the shadow creature appear to be screwed up at all from all the damage, or
You can't really tell.
does it appear to not care at all?
The combination of it having this kind of weird amorphous form that keeps changing and the kind of shadowy light that's in this area makes it difficult for you to tell.
Shadowy light, you say,
The entire place, I mean, remember,
is dimly lit.
color disappeared, yes. It is nighttime. But it's illuminated enough that you guys can still see because of the moon.
Alright. Bonus action, level 3 Shadow Blade. So I can have advantage on hits in light, in dim light.
Okay.
The type of damage that the creature did with its attacks, was it just piercing or something?
It was
Or
necrotic.
necrotic. Okay. So this weapon that I have deals psychic damage.
I know.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking out loud. Alright, so that's my bonus action. Alright. I'm gonna head over to it so I can die. And, action is, attack with Booming Blade.
Okay.
That should hit. It's at least 18.
Yep.
And then, you know, when you've got a brain like my brain, you gotta say all your thoughts out loud. Bad for playing poker.
Good for teaching kids.
It is. Okay. Oh yeah, I had advantage just in case I crit. Nope. 7 plus 3, so 10 damage on the first swing, and then extra attack with the Shadow Blade. It's Booming Blade, so there's another D8 of thunder damage on that hit, and that's 2 more. So 12 damage, and then attack with advantage on the extra attack, and that is at least a 15.
Yeah.
And this is not a Booming Blade hit. 12, 13 plus 3 is 16. So 28 total.
Damn.
And if it moves, it takes 2d8. And so that was my bonus action, my action. And I will yell at it. What's that over your shoulder? And I'll pass.
Mirrors, it's your turn.
Okay.
I tried to trip it.
Yeah, after seeing all this tentacle stuff come out, I'm gonna run over here, and I'm going to activate my Circlet of Blasting.
Okay.
Shoot
Oh,
3.
Circlet Blasting for Scorching Ray.
Scorching Ray. So first, all 3 going to have that thing. So first ray, 25 to hit.
Yep.
And 2d6. 7 fire for the first one.
Good.
Second is 23. 6 fire for the second and the third one. 24 to hit. And 4 fire for the third one.
Are they fire or radiant?
It's fire.
They're fire.
Is it
Scorching Ray,
Scorching Ray? Because mine says radiant.
Scorching Ray is radiant?
You create 3 rays of fire and hurl them. No, this says fire.
Yeah.
Are you casting Scorching Ray?
Yeah, he's using the Scorching Ray.
I'm using the Circular Blasting.
No, I mean, is David using Scorching Ray?
I don't know.
I have the ability to do it, and it has the same symbol.
On a hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage.
Yeah, yours says radiant.
What did you use to hit it with on your turn?
Him? On my
I
turn?
used-
Guiding Bolt.
Yeah, that's radiant.
But see, it's the same symbol.
Yeah, on his Scorching Ray, it looks like it's a radiant symbol.
Well, good for
Oh,
it.
look. Over here, though.
Oh, yeah, that's fire.
That must mean something else.
Oh,
Oh,
it
okay.
might just be the class.
And look
of
at
the
that's
spell.
radiant. There.
Yeah.
I had him, sorry.
Alright. Okay. It is Teeny's turn.
Okay. So I get sneak attack advantage because somebody's within 5 feet of him,
Yep.
right? Alright, so first I would like to take several steps back. Away from just straight line towards you, Mirrors, and your your actual person. Like away. Yeah. Okay. Away. Let's see. I'm gonna try to pew the shit out of it. And both of those are terrible. But but a 16 hits?
Yeah, 16 will hit.
Woohoo! So that's gonna be a lot. Tell me. So that's gonna be 5 or 5, so that's gonna be 10 plus a bunch more. Right? Tell me again, I always do this. So I do 1 and then I do 3 more, or I do 4. It's 4d6s total, or 4d6 in addition to the first one?
It's addition.
Great. 14, 15, and then 16 more, so 26 total of a flaming pew. And
Alright.
and since there's really
So
no
as she does that and she throws the blade at it and it nails it, it kind of just blops into the ground and melts away into like a black smoke.
hell yeah!
Nice.
You see that pretty boy ranger?
Does it seem like it died?
Yeah, you're pretty sure it got destroyed.
Who's injured besides me?
I have a couple points of damage, but not a lot.
Yeah, I avoided it thanks to this ring.
I dodged it.
Yeah, I have 11 damage, so.
It kind of looks like that Threy and Gosner are mopping up the last of the stuff that was out there.
If anything seems like it's coming towards us, I want to try to squeeze in an action before it gets to us.
Sure.
Does it look like something's coming towards us?
No.
Do you like this music?
Ah.
I certainly do. Aoife looks at the shadow blade in her hand. It's like, there's only 40 more seconds left on this thing. I hope I get to stab something before it disappears.
No. No.
I'm gonna cast a healing spell.
Okay, go for it.
Both of us.
Yeah, you guys are out of
Ooh,
combat, and
sweet.
Threy and Gosner are coming back.
You're completely healed.
Good thing I didn't cast polymorph. After that dex blast it made, I thought for sure it was going to hang around long.
Oh my god.
You guys can do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
That
we
was,
did some stacked
that's
hits on that
quite
thing.
a lot of damage you guys did in one round. Don't worry, there's more.
Yeah, like you did 20 something, I did 20.
But not for more than 40 seconds.
Yeah, it might not be.
In the next 40 seconds.
No, not in the next 40 seconds. That is true.
Good thing I didn't use my last blade song. If I do see them coming in any way, I'd like to squeeze in an action beforehand.
Sure.
If it
Yeah.
pleases the judge. Pleases the
Please,
court.
the judge.
Pleases the court.
Do you have
A water?
no?
Secret
Let me see your
mini?
minis really quick.
Yeah, well, there's a whole bunch of them. But there's also some that are hidden under a sheet.
Your bathroom break while you're doing that.
What do you want?
Looking
It's like good time.
I don't have any spiders.
a large flyer.
Oh,
Like this one.
You had a dream about the giant changeling as well, huh?
Yeah, him and a smaller changeling were, looked like taking my sister to a circus.
does anybody want or need a beverage?
Oh,
I have a water.
Bubbles or flat?
bubbles.
Flat? Bubbles? Sir?
I've got water. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll take one.
Bubbles or flat?
You know what? I just got my water. I'll be fine. I'm good.
Taking your sister to a.
The circus. The one mentioned, I believe.
Did your sister have any like marks on her or anything? Or did you remember like
Smiley face.
beauty fit? Beauty marks?
You want a flat water or bubbly water? Name?
No, thank you.
What? Bubbly?
Nothing for me, thank you.
Copy that, sir. What?
I don't think so.
Soda delivery?
I mean, she might have, but at least as far as what I wrote, I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
Hugh, what are your dreams like? You're mostly just about your god.
Bubbles.
Hugh, what are your dreams like? Mostly just about your god? What are you dreaming about?
Yeah, I've dreamt about the day my parents were killed, you know, in a raid.
Oh,
Where
Aaron, you
was
should
that?
try some. Oh, you
I was a little kid, my parents were
Yeah, that's dark.
in a village and raiders came and killed them, and I was taken in by a friendly old priest who raised me. So I've dreamt about that, some detail about that, and I've dreamt about kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. Like I maybe suggestions that I'm a little too quick on the trigger.
And I don't know much about your dreams, Mr. Mears.
Would you like to know? Just kidding. No, I've been getting visited by my moon maiden, for whom I devoted myself to.
Oh.
So she's been giving me tips.
Tips and tricks.
Tips and tricks. All right. So as you clean up this guy, you notice that Frey is walking back towards you, and so is Gosner. And he says, "You guys have any trouble?"
None at all.
Good.
Easy as pie.
He says, "Great. What were we talking about again?"
Tell me about. You were saying you need money for this place.
He says, "Yeah. You know, I'm maybe the regent here. I'm a lord in name, but I'm not like the king or anything. So I don't have any access to funds. Like the Sealy Treasury will not send me funds, no matter what I do. I keep asking."
Really quick, did this thing leave anything?
No.
Well,
Nothing.
what?
No, okay.
Like, what amount of money in this world is significant enough to, like, help?
He says to take a massive amount. I mean, this is a very large fort that's dilapidated at this point, and it's under attack every day. Everything you've seen that we've been able to fix, we did on our own, including the ballista system. He says, you know, it took a lot of work, but you know, when you're doing it for 1,000 years, every day you slowly get stuff done.
Why haven't you fixed those stairs? They're horrible.
Don't have any money.
Well, he said he slowly made a ballista. Slowly.
This is wood.
You know, if you go kill King Branor, you'll get lots of money, and you'll get Queen Lucra back, and she'll fix your city. And you'll have money.
And she'll probably fall in love with you.
He says, I doubt that. I knew Lucra. I worked for her.
Well, you know, you are quite fetching.
I was her, I was the Lord Commander of the Queen's Army at the time.
It's a fine title for a fine piece of ass.
God.
He says, you know, this is not just the shadows, you know. When we go back to the Feywild, there's still attacks from the Fomorians from the north. It tells you that it's Queen Colome of Vor Thumel.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Queen Conome of Vor Thumel to the north. The Fomorian queen.
Queen Consomme?
Yes, Conome. And she...
Queen Economy?
She was actually the one that started that war. The one with Malabog. Malabog just kind of took it over. He was kind of full of himself, it seemed like.
Volthor or something?
Vor Thamil.
Vorthamel.
Yeah.
To the north.
To the north. Yes.
That's where I'm from. I'm from the north.
Oh, are you from the north? Did you come from Prismere? Is that where you're from?
Yes!
Is that right?
No, you know who I am. I came from the material plane because I was kidnapped
You're
to there.
quite the practical jokester, aren't you, Aoife?
Well,
a lot
it's
like Diz.
It's just it's the spring season for me. You know how we ladies are. We have the seasons.
He says you're a lot like Diz.
No, I'm not. Not at all. But
You're young like him too.
what?
I mean, when I killed him, he was probably just a couple of years younger than you.
Can you kill him again? And this time
Says, well,
permanently?
if he comes back, I'll kill him. I don't know. It's awful hard to kill a archfey permanently.
You said he was very different before he got that sword.
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know if I'd say he was different. I mean, he left. See, you know, you know about the Starlight Soldier program? Have you heard about that?
Oh.
No.
No. It says, well, guess, can I promise you, or can you promise me not to pass on any of this information that I tell you to anyone else?
What if we're in the
This
zone
is-
of truth?
He says this is completely confidential.
Yes.
Oh, I don't like to make promises in the Feywild.
Tinny, you promise?
You're not in the Feywild.
We're in the Shadowfell right
The
now.
Shadowfell The Shadowfell is a version of the Feywild, but I wouldn't know it.
I give you my word.
You promise?
Just darting eyes. Well, I'm wondering about situations in which, like, I may want to promise, but if somebody was to put, say, a spell on me or something to force me
He
to say
says,
something.
well then I'm afraid I can't tell you about all that.
Oh, fine, I promise. Tell me.
I need all of you to promise.
They all promise.
This
If
is
FIFA promises, I'll promise.
this is some very confidential and
I've got a promise ring here.
dangerous information, secret information, if it was in the wrong hands.
Bears, I think Aoife's trying to give me that ring you wanted.
Oh,
Hugh.
Yeah, a promise
I
ring.
promise.
Mears.
in Bo's voice. I mean, if Aoife says promise, then I promise.
Alright. So you promised, all of you promised. He says, okay. So
Did you promise?
the
Yes.
the Starlight Soldier experiment was an idea started by Queen Celestra about 100 years after the
That's my mother?
Queen Celestra.
Where's she from?
Queen Celestra's from Mithrandane.
That's my mother, right?
Diz's
No,
mother.
no, your mother is
Oh,
Your mom.
is
Diz's mother, and then my mother's a blacksmith
yes,
lady.
your mother is a blacksmith. Yes.
Yeah, Diz's mom.
Yeah, this is mom. She came up with the idea for the program after the war with lycanthropes. You see, it took a surprisingly long time for the Sealy forces to win that war, and even though they were fighting a smaller and disorganized lycanthrope force, and it would have been over if I was down there, but I had to be protecting this place from the shadows. But it took way longer than they expected, and then at the end of the war, all of a sudden this Fomorian monarch shows up and trounces the lycanthropes in one swoop. And
The one that we're trying to get you to fight, I think.
he says that's the one. Interesting. And he says,
Branor.
he says Branor. Where have I heard that name before? Anyway, he says it's almost embarrassing.
Did you hear it 1,000 years ago when Lucre disappeared?
He says he tells you I don't remember a Branor from back then. He tells you that she had a bodyguard. I mean, she had a group of bodyguards. I think one of them was named Branith or Brandon. Maybe it was Braden. I don't think it was Brandon.
Lucre's bodyguard?
Yeah, she had she didn't really trust the army, like she had a group of bodyguards. Most royals have their own bodyguards, and she had this weird group of bodyguards. There was no Aladdins in them. It was a strange mixed group. Never really saw their faces. They always wore full plate armor and helmets.
Were any of them Formorians? Were they
The right size for a Fomorian.
He says, well, there was one giant, I think. I never saw his face. I don't think it was a Fomorian.
And his name was Brandon?
Might have been a Branith,
Maybe Branor?
maybe Braden.
Maybe Branor?
I don't know if it was. I don't
Maybe
think it was-
Branor the Fomorian who was her guard and
He
is
says
now
it-
the king,
He
and
says I don't remember it. Anyway,
he kidnapped her and now she's imprisoned and you need to go save her?
he says all her bodyguards either died or disappeared at the end of the war. And
Right, disappeared with her to go imprison her.
he says that sounds strange. He trusted them. I don't know.
You've been around a long time, right?
This is a long time.
Do you know anything about the Sky and Stone clan?
He says, no, who are they?
They were Goliaths who used to live here and related to them, trying to find some leads.
He says, I'm sorry, we don't really get any Goliaths in this area. I was actually surprised to see you. It's kind of unusual.
Shocked.
And he says, anyway, so the Starlight program, the Starlight Soldier. So yeah, so she came up with the idea, and well, anyway, she tried to make this kind of, you know what the problem is, right? He says the problem is leadership sucks. Queen Titania, Oberon, they don't put themselves on the battlefield anymore. I mean, you have these heavy hitters. Why aren't they getting out there and taking on these forces themselves? Instead, they freaking stay in their castles and just live in opulence. Meanwhile, people like me are out here fighting every day, trying to just keep the Feywild safe. And so we don't have the right people fighting the wars. And so they come up with these stupid ideas like the Starlight program. Anyway.
So we basically just told you that one of Lucre's bodyguards, Branor, kidnapped her and has her imprisoned.
I'm pretty sure there wasn't one named Branor.
What, but what was the Starlight program exactly?
So yeah, Queen Celefra started doing these experiments on prisoners, some volunteer soldiers. They were trying to make a super soldier, and it didn't go well. They, from what I heard and read, they all either died or suffered from incurable madness. They went insane. And it was done in secret. There was this tower in Mithrandane. And there's this archfey. His name is Harasim. Hyrasm. And he's a friend of Oberon and Queen Titania. Anyway, after he heard about it, he actually is based out of Mithrandane. And when he found out about it, he told them, and they made Celestra stop. They forced her, and they had her turn over all her records and equipment. They had it seized, and they had it taken back to the Wizard Tower in Selenisi. But then Celefra, she just kept petitioning with Titania for like the next 100 years to try and start the program again. And they wouldn't do it. And then, lo and behold, about 60 years ago, she has this kid. Disaster, the Blackthorn or the Darkthorn. And the kid was a prodigy. She had her trusted court wizards training him. What was his name? Yeah, I think the wizard that was his tutor was named Xander. I think he was named after him actually. Anyway, he was really adept at learning magic, and actually virtually anything. He's incredibly fast learner. So they had this idea that this time they would petition it, and they would do it with her own son to show that it would be okay and safe to do. So they send him to Selenisi with his dad, and they petition the court in person. Diz was actually the one that made the case to open it again. They started the Starlight program again at the Wizard Tower.
The Wizard Tower is in Mithrandane or in Selenisi?
Selenisi.
Where we were.
Yes. Yeah. And he says that, as you can probably guess, after about a year, Diz killed the wizard in charge of it, blew the place up, killed a bunch of soldiers, marched his way into the palace, killing everyone in his path, got up to Queen Catania and Oberon, and said that they can't keep the program going. But, you know, my understanding is no one survived. Like, no one survived. And the courts, they decided to let him go. They said it was fine because it turned out that they were torturing him the whole time with all these experiments, and that he was a kid. He was only like 8 years old at the time, and they said that he was suffering from temporary madness when it happened. That's what they claimed. And his mental state seemed to be normal after that when he met the queen and king, and he turned himself in, and so they let him go because he was too powerful an asset to not use in the future.
And that man was you.
What?
You're telling a story about yourself, aren't you, Disaster? We see through your ruse.
What are you talking about?
Just kidding.
I'll reach out and touch his shoulder. Does my hand go through or anything?
No?
Oh.
What are you doing? You guys are weird. Says anyway, I think it's because his mother, Celephra, intervened actually. You know, I don't know. Plus he was a child, so.
When you said
They were
he
lenient.
came to you wanting to end injustice and protect people who couldn't protect themselves, what people was he talking about? What kind of
He
injustice?
says, I don't know. He wasn't making any sense.
Did he tell you that the super soldier program had started up again and other people were being tortured? By his mother, perhaps?
He said, might have been something along those lines.
Ah. And do you know if the super soldier program is the Starlight Express, if you will, if it's if it's closed, if it's off the rails?
My understanding is they stopped it.
But only Queen Celephra really knows. The Bramble Queen.
Says perhaps that might be possible.
And so we must ask her.
That's pretty much all I know about it. But yeah, he seemed normal when I met him though, until he came back years later.
Right, and then he told you that there was people being taken advantage of and stuff, and he tried to take your sword, and then you killed him.
Yeah, pretty much.
Great! Well, thank you. Now come with us and kill King Branor so we can free Lucra.
I don't believe you. I don't have the time to be doing that.
Do we have any other questions for him that he hasn't answered? Oh, I remember. We need to go into the ceramic forest to get my memories back. And apparently if we go in there, we'll...
And then he points up, and you can see there's a bunch of large dragon-like creatures flying overhead.
I'm going to use my action to cast Fire Shield.
And then he says, quick, go hide over there. He says, I'll take them in group. If any come towards you, defend yourselves. Do you guys leave the side?
We'll follow his command.
All right, great.
Aye, Captain.
All right, he engages these shadowy dragons. There is one, as you're running over there, that starts flying down.
Woo-hoo!
Oh.
It's
Hey,
your lover.
that's my book.
All right, we can get some initiatives here.
Initiative.
That's better.
Somewhere I dropped it.
21 for me.
Very
We'll
nice.
find it later because I don't want to accidentally hit the chords.
8.
24.
Here's the 21.
14.
There's 14.
13.
13. And Bo, what did you get?
8.
8. Alright, so Hugh, you are first. Or not, yeah, he was first, 24. You were
And
first.
that's where he's at.
Yeah, he
up in the
is-
air.
He is in the air and he's flying in your direction.
Are we in this
Yes.
grouping right here?
Yes.
And where is
Because you're kind of running and then it kind of swooped in.
Thray?
He's probably over here.
Oh, okay.
How far up?
We'll say 50 feet in there right now.
Shit, I don't know if I can reach. Oh yeah, I can. Guiding bolt.
All right.
Ooh, nice.
So that's a good hit.
And it's 4 dice 6. Nice. 20.
Smack it for 20. He is now glowing.
Yep. Whoever hits next gets advantage, right?
Yes, it is Mirror's turn.
Okay. Okay, so Thray is not even close to us anymore.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna run up to Hugh.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna grab his arm as I cast protection from evil on him.
Okay.
You feel kind of like a warmth.
Nice.
And I'm going to let's see,
Fey, fiend, aberration.
here and then try to hide as best I can. Whatever I can hide behind. I'll make my cloak black to match the
Sure.
who we are.
Yeah. Your cloak is very stealthy.
Yes.
All right. It
Okay,
is
that's
his turn.
So you get
He can move pretty far.
creatures attacking you will get disadvantage. You also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Very nice.
So you have an extra bit of protection.
So
Awesome.
he- 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Trying to line us up.
Breath weapon the entire party.
Yay!
Uh,
Stuff.
everybody can make dexterity saving throws.
Advantage!
Very nice.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Yeah, what a thing is.
forgot about this part.
11.
Oh my god.
11 fails.
16.
16 fails.
Shit.
Boo!
22 for me.
22 makes it.
Dirty twin.
Oh, it's a good one. It's at least a 23.
Alright, 23 makes it.
Yay!
Tinny, what'd you get?
Dirty 20.
Okay, you make it.
And
Alright, so the failures take 56 necrotic damage.
It's a necro dragon.
The
Once you make it, take half. Once you have evasion, which I think a couple of you.
56.
56.
Son of a bitch.
So that's 28, yeah? It's half.
Yeah, 28 half.
Ring of Evasion doesn't help with the half damage.
Ouch.
And
So it's 28.
he will
Oh, but you.
fly up another 20 feet.
He's protected, so there is disadvantage against him.
It's
It's not an attack.
It's a saving throw.
Oh, never mind.
He goes up another 20 feet. So he is now 70 feet in the air. And it is Aoife's turn.
56. Son of a bitch. I can't take a hit like that again.
Yo tampoco. But you know who can take a hit like that? His name is Bo. And he is basically a T-Rex in person form. I'm gonna hop on my thing.
Okay.
So then I use its movement speed, right?
Yep. Which is 60.
And so if I go into Blade Song, it's not going to increase its speed.
No.
So if I just go 60 feet straight up, then I'll be nearly level with it.
Almost. 10 feet below.
And it's like 30 feet away or something?
Less than that, probably. Yeah, I guess it's about 30 feet from you.
Well, the only range damage I do is necrotic damage, and it just did a bunch of necrotic damage to us. So that is a bad idea. I could take the dash action to go sit on its face. No. Huh. Can I tell from my knowledge of magic or animals if I think that this creature cannot be charmed?
I'm not sure if you'd be able to tell that.
Okay. Well, fuck it. Wisdom save.
Alright. DC?
16.
Save 16. He fails.
Thanks.
Okay. This would be an interesting ruling as to what happens, right? So Aoife hops on her magic carpet, shoots up in the air, gets about level with the dragon, and then does it look like a dragon? It's like a shadow dragon.
Looks like a dragon. Yeah. It's a very shadowy-looking dragon.
She raises her hand up, and all of these lights start pouring out of her hand, and she says, "What's that over your shoulder?" As the little lights dart around the dragon's head and shoulders in a 30-foot cube, and she casts Hypnotic Pattern. So it's on a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. While charmed, the creature is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Yes.
And the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage.
Correct.
So perhaps it would take 7d6 falling damage and then wake up.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Because it lands on me.
Well, actually, I'll let you roll the 76.
Yay! That's more fun.
Yeah.
It's like a mini fireball. Put your dagger on the ground like this as it's falling. What is this? Okay.
2 short swords.
A metal D4.
Ah!
7, 8, 9, 10, 2, 3, 4. So 14 falling damage, and then it's no longer incapacitated because it gets knocked out of its hypnotic pattern.
Yeah, it's prone though, because it fell.
It is prone, so anybody that makes a melee attack on it has advantage.
It is.
Get over there, Bo.
And do I have a bonus action I want to make? I mean, obviously, if I just cast it again while it's on the ground, that would be good. Also, if anyone wants to grapple it while it's prone, bonus action. You know what? I'll use my last blade song. So, Blade Song, got Fire Shield going, it's prone, pass.
Tinny.
Well, I guess while it's right in front of my face, so I will
Yeah, now's your chance.
blast it. So I have advantage because it's prone.
You do.
Is that sneak attack advantage? 'Cause
Yes, it is.
Hell yeah! Oh my god, this thing does not want to stay in its box. Today. Alright, yes, that's gonna be a 26 to
That'll hit.
Okay. So that's gonna be an 8 plus 8. Yeah, so 16 total. Psychic damage, and I am going to. I don't have to disengage because it's prone, right? Or can I? Do I have to? Bonus action disengage.
If you want to disengage, you would bonus action.
If I want to run away,
It's not incapacitated.
It's not-
It's just prone.
Yes, just
Okay, so yeah, I will bonus action disengage
alright.
and run away.
Okay. All right. She's running away.
The fuck
Where?
away from it.
What's that?
Like that way, far.
That's
Hopefully.
30. How far can you go?
She can do 30.
I can go 30. But yeah.
All right. Bo, it's your turn.
Okay.
It's no longer illuminated by the light.
Can I get up to it?
From where you are? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6. You can.
Yeah.
At the foot of the pedestal.
And I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And what size is this creature?
This is a large creature.
Large. Then I'm gonna try to grapple it.
All right.
Just large, eh? Yeah, you grapple it, it will never fucking fly.
I only get one roll though, because it's disadvantage and advantage, right?
Because it's an ability check.
Yeah, and because rage.
Yep, so it's a flat roll.
It's a 3, but I can do it for my attacks, right?
You can make it as a special attack in place of your attack.
Okay, so I got a second one, and that's it.
You're gonna try and grapple it twice.
Yep.
Grab that sucker.
That should work.
10 plus, I think it's like a 15. Let me look it up just to be sure.
Oh,
Roll off.
yeah, he's grappling.
He's got it grappled. He's got it grappled.
Yeah, the first one
15?
was 8, the second one was 15.
Gaggled crap.
You got it.
Woo!
Okay, it's grappled. Its speed is 0. Now we can just gut it.
All right. It is Hugh's turn.
What a bunch of jerks we are, tearing apart monsters.
It's all part of the job.
I am going to.
I was going to talk to her.
All right, that's you.
I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna do another guiding bolt.
All right.
Because this one's different from all the rest.
Son of a bitch. 15.
15 will not hit.
The Rangers are evil.
Bonus action, Sanctuary.
I mean, that dude.
You're gonna cast Sanctuary?
Yeah.
Sure.
You can't. You just casted Guiding Bolt. You can't
Oh.
cast 2 spells.
Oh,
2 leveled spells.
Yeah. 2 spells.
I'm with you. A cantrip and a level spell?
Can't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have
But it
any
needs to be a
rules?
bonus action cantrip.
No, we're good. That's it.
All right. Mirrors, it's your turn, and then it'll be his.
Okay, I'm gonna run over here because I'm trying to get out of its breath weapon thing.
Okay.
And filled with the inspiration that I got from my talk with my moon maiden, I'm going to reach up to the moon, throw my hand down as I cast a 3rd level moon beam
Ooh, okay.
right on top of them.
If it's a shape changer, it's
Exciting.
fucked up.
That's exciting.
So that's right.
So everything will happen at the top of its turn.
It's going to be its turn right now.
When a creature enters the spell, for the first turn.
It's a con save.
Yeah. Con 15 save.
Okay, he makes it. What is it? Does it do half damage? Or?
Yeah, it's half.
Yeah. That's 2d10.
And a shape changer has disadvantage on it and is immediately revealed as its
it's
shape
not-
changing form.
Oh, and I rolled double 10s too.
Oh, nice.
So 10 radiant.
Alright. Oh, 10 radiant, of course. Alright. Okay. Its movement is 0. So it's going to try to just...
Oh wait. Sorry, that was.
Sure.
Oh, half of 13. Sorry. No, wait.
How many dice is it?
It's 3d10.
Okay, so roll one more time. And just tell me what it is and I'll add the...
Oh, am I rolling the right one?
You're rolling the percentile dice, but that was a 40, so it's 4, so he takes 2 additional.
Ah, sorry. Wrong one.
That's right. Okay, it's okay.
Get
He
the other
is
dice.
going to...
Okay.
Very upset.
When I cast Fire Shield, I made it cold damage. When I cast it a while back, you guys saw blue energy shoot around Aoife, and there's this like sphere of blue fire undulating around her in a sphere in the air.
Here we go. 3d10.
So all it does is it makes his movement 0.
He's prone and grappled, so
Yes.
his movement is 0, but that's pretty much it. He doesn't have disadvantage on anything except for that he's prone, so he has disadvantage from melee advantage against him.
Disadvantage from...
Ranged.
Yeah, ranged has disadvantage against him. Yeah, he's just going to try to break the prone. Or break the grapple.
Hold on, Bo.
Roll it up.
18.
He got a 19.
Damn!
He's back up. But he won't move.
So he uses half his walking speed to stand.
Yep. That'll be his turn. He's waiting to attack Bo. He's itching for it now. It is Aoife's turn.
Okay. So I'll fly diagonally down, to be like here. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 across, and I'll slope down so that I'm at the top, so I can stab at the top of his wings, kind of thing.
You're undamaged right now, correct?
Oh, I took 56 damage. Like
Oh,
you did.
like I did?
Yeah, and I wasn't raging, so I took the full thing.
Booming blade, on my regular blade. I'm gonna use the Silver Sting Rapier for the attack. That is 16 to hit.
That misses.
I'll take my extra attack. There's nothing providing advantage here. Alright, I'll take my extra attack with Silver Sting again. That'll hit. That's like 24.
Okay.
That's 11 damage with the silver. And then that's a light weapon, so offhand short sword. That's 19 to hit.
Offhand short sword would be a bonus action, right?
Right. I haven't used my bonus action. I just floated over there, and then I used my attack and my extra attack. With a light weapon.
And
So-
booming blade. Booming blade only allows one attack per round, right?
So
I'm just checking.
Blade Singer's extra attack is you can attack once with a cantrip and then next with a regular attack. It's extra attack, but
Oh,
you
okay.
can use Booming Blade with it.
Okay. All right.
So I take my
I
Booming
just
Blade
wanted to
attack,
check.
take my Booming Blade attack, my extra attack with a light weapon, and then my bonus attack with my light weapon. So I think I already rolled it and said it hit, right?
I don't remember, but if that's the roll, it's
I don't know. Yeah, it hits.
okay.
And then that's 6 more damage with the short sword plus 1.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, 17 total with and the booming blade did not hit, so it's not boomed.
Oh,
Pass.
Chinny's turn.
Okay.
Oh, I could have silvery barbs
I
with
would like
wings
to
that
move-
grapple.
Wait, that way, just trying to get out of any conical structures, so move kind of as far as I can and behind it. Thank you. And then I will try to pew it. With a oh wait, is he standing right next to it? Is it still on the ground?
Yeah.
It's on the ground, yeah.
Alright. Oh, crit.
I'm also
27
within 5 feet of
to
it.
hit. So hell yeah, here we go. So that's gonna be a 6 plus 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, it's gonna be 18 psychic damage, and then I think I will, since I'm over there, do it again with my other hand to try to use my second psychic blade. Does a oh yeah, that would be like a 20 to hit.
20 will hit.
But now I'm gonna use my little dinky d4. So that's just gonna be 3 more. Bing! Pew pew pew. Pew.
Alright. Bo. It's right in front of you.
I think that I'm going to go for an attack. I'm
Alright.
going to go for two attacks. That is a 21.
21 will hit.
That's 11 to 15 damage. And the second one is a 16 to hit.
That'll miss.
Alright. And I believe that's it.
Alright. Hugh, it's your turn.
Can I get a wall of fire around this thing?
Oh, sure.
Facing inward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bang, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Only.
Okay.
Is that going to put me and Bo in a
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
in a wall?
No, can I put it in so it's between them?
Bo's going to be inside the wall.
Yeah. You're. The problem is they're both in melee range.
Well, I don't want to do that.
It's 20 feet high, so it might not hit me floating up there, but it's definitely
It
gonna
would
Bo.
hit you because you.
It's no worries. I'm gonna guiding
60
bolt
feet up?
again. I'm gonna back up.
You're 10 feet up right now if you're hitting a large creature.
Guiding bolt. 20, dirty 20.
Okay, that'll hit.
It's 4.
He is now illuminated again.
Ding, 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 ding! Ding, ding!
11, 15 of radiant damage.
All he did on his turn was break the gravel.
Yep, he wasted that last round. It was pretty clutch. The couple moves you guys did.
Yeah, I thought hypnotic patterning him for 17 damage wasn't that great, but then all the advantage and
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
holding him prone was useful
that it?
too.
That's it.
Perfect. Okay, is Mir's turn. You're the last one before he goes.
I'm gonna hold my concentration on the moonbeam,
Okay.
so still shining on him.
Alright, what's the
That is a
15
con 15. Can I use my inspiration to give him disadvantage?
No.
Okay.
You can give yourself advantage. He just made it.
I'll silvery barbs that,
Alright. I'll even roll it here.
and
He fails that time.
No.
yeah, and I'll
Yay, so 3d10.
give advantage to mirrors.
So 17.
17.
17 radiant damage.
Is he using his action to hurt the creature? Or no, he's just holding
No,
it.
I'm just holding concentration.
So
So what are you going to do for your action?
yeah, you have advantage on an attack or whatever.
I'm gonna hold my action. I'll take dodge.
Okay. Oh, you're going to take the dodge action.
Yeah, I will take the dodge action.
Okay.
You have advantage on that.
Sweet. Dodging for days.
Find out
Alright.
who is it maddest at.
Let's see, who is it maddest at? He's taking a lot of stuff. I think. Yeah, even with the fire shield, it'll attack you.
Yay!
Because it's crazy like that, it's just angry at that hypnotic power.
As long as I don't die,
We'll find out.
You knocked me
First-
from the sky.
Yeah, first he tries to bite you.
Oh.
Actually, I'm just gonna pull that one too. He has a really high attack roll. He hits a 20.
I have 20 right now from Blade Song.
Okay. And you're out of reactions, right?
Correct.
You take 20 damage. from this
Okay,
bite.
and it takes 2d8 cold damage.
Roll it up.
It'll take it'll take more damage if it bites me again before I go out. Oh, nice. 15.
Dang.
And he's still illuminated. Which matters. It actually matters a lot.
Yep.
Now he's gonna try to claw you.
How much did I take again? 20?
You took, 20.
Okay, I'm at 3.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, he claws you. Oh, that's an at one. And then he's gonna try and claw one more time. And that's 21.
21.
Yeah. And that is 13 damage.
He takes 12 more cold damage with the hit. I use my reaction. When I used that reaction to Silvery Barbs that thing, I was like, I know I'm going to want it on my turn. But I just put 27 more damage into him. So I pass out on my flying carpet.
And Tinny goes, no!
It looks really hurt though.
Like when you let go of a balloon, you feel how do you get her down?
So as the shadow dragon sinks its fangs into the gorgeous its claws into the gorgeous blonde woman, blue fire explodes out of her, and you see ice crystals and snow forming on its claws, and it calls out like as the cold burns its hands and claws. But then Aoife just falls in a really sensuous way on her flying carpet.
That's right.
Just passes out like someone waiting for a prince to save her.
And Aoife,
But
it's your
his
turn.
ranger over here looks like a...
Yeah, she even like lets her head fall towards the prince and goes like this. So she pops
Aoife, you
out.
can make your first death save.
Why?
It's your turn.
Oh. Not 20.
I mean, good.
Pass.
Okay. It's Tinny's turn.
Okay. I would like to move me like behind it because I just want to get out of a cone with anybody if I can. And just trying to shoot at it. Somebody's still right next to it, so that was a better one was a 16 plus 8, 20.
Casting Fire Shield is like being a poison worm on a
4
hook.
to hit, yes.
Here. Want to use your multi-attack?
Ooh, so that's gonna be 9.
I should cast it on you.
Probably.
Yeah.
That would work.
9 plus 12, 13, 14. 9 plus 4, 23 of pew. I'm gonna do it again for Aoife. Does the 18 hit?
18 does hit.
Ooh, and that's just gonna be my little 2 more.
I should cast Polymorph on Mirrors and Fire Shield on you, and never engage in melee. Except with that spider shadow.
Oh, looks like it's in real trouble. It's on the ropes. Bo, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna attack recklessly this
Oh,
time.
it's no longer eliminated.
Illuminate?
Yeah, she attacked while it was.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna attack recklessly this time.
Yeah,
So.
okay.
Do it, man.
It's like pouring out like black blood.
That's
right
a
over the place.
30, 20 on the first one. That hits, right?
Yep.
That is 14 damage on the first one. That's a 16 on the second one. Is that it or?
16 damage?
Yeah. No, 16 to hit.
Oh no, 16 misses.
Okay, then that's it.
So you see Bo, he's like swinging at it, and he hits it, and then he misses it. But even though he missed the second time, you see it just kind of starts, just a bunch of blood falls out of it and falls over dead.
Yay!
Yeah.
Evil!
You guys have.
I'll do
like
prayer of healing.
60 seconds to save me. Prayer of Healing. I'll be dead by the time you're done casting Prayer of Healing.
What? Well, then I have a cantrip, but if I can get to you.
Yeah.
I could run over to you and stuff a.
Healing
Well,
word might work.
healing
It looks like
potion
I'm permanently dead because I'm stuck floating above the
She's
ground
10
where you
feet
guys
in the
can't
air
get to
right
me.
Do I have to
Do you
touch?
have to command that thing to come down? Is
I have spare the dying. Oh, but I got to touch.
Healing
You
word
should
would work.
jump
You're
up
10
and
feet
grab
up
the
in the
lip
air?
of it. And,
Alright, I wanna.
Healing word.
Do you have healing word?
Yep.
Are
Okay.
you the only
That
person that can command that thing to come down? Is that the?
I don't know.
How does
I guess.
the magic?
So I will do that, and it's a 4-sided plus 5.
So he
So
looks at me and says, "Cucumber."
you take 6. You heal for 6.
Heal for 6.
Ugh.
And I said, "Oh, my prince, thank you for kissing." Oh,
was Hugh.
It was Hugh.
Oh, well, he's fine. He's fine too.
So as you do that, you can see there's corpses of these other dragons around, and Thray walks over to the group and he says, "Oh, you did pretty good. You actually were able to beat one of those. I'm impressed."
So impressed that you'll give us your word that you'll fight Branor.
That's not happening. He says, I don't believe your delusions of Branor.
Delusions of Branor.
Wait, Aoife, ask if he remembers what the bodyguard looked like.
We never saw his face. He had a helmet on.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, he never saw his face.
So he thinks his name was Brandon. But he doesn't believe me. I think we are out of time.
It could have been
Braden?
Braden, yeah.
Yeah. I think we're out of time because it's 10:25.
Yep.
Call time for checkouts.
Shoo. That was a close one.
So you said I'm back with how much?
6 points.
How do I get out of death saves on this thing?
And any healing spell that I use, can I use it to heal myself
Yes.
as well?
Yep.
Anyone.
Yep. Any of the ones you want to do, you can do them yourself.
Yeah, now
Like,
you
so
can,
if it's a
Because you can
group
go like
one,
this.
now you can do prayer
if it's a
healing.
group one, prayer of healing,
Yeah.
that up to 6 people, one of them could be me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Now you can cast prayer of healing.
Do need it? Do we need it?
Yes.
Oh, you guys are down like 50 something.
How long's prayer healing take to cast?
It might be 1 minute.
Okay.
What?
Then you're gonna have to wait till next session.
Ew.
Okay, remember that you want to cast prayer of healing.
Oh,
it's
10
10
minutes.
10 minutes.
That's a long time.
What the
That's-
frick?
That was a long time in shower country.
Yeah, that's why I said if you start casting that, I'll die.
Yeah, right. I don't have time for this.
Oh yeah, I have 65 out of 121 health right now, so
Oh, that's a hell of a lot of help, friend.
yeah. But I'm halfway down.
All right.
Well, I'll do the prayer of healing whenever we get a chance.
Okay, who has inspiration?
If you
I
don't
use
die
mine.
going back up the stairs to the tower.
Yeah.
I still
What do you mean by that? He's so klutzy.
Can't take another
He can't go
fall.
up or down. You know, he fell down and on his way across as well.
Who has inspiration currently?
I do.
2 of us. Do you give out 1 more point, Kurland? Or?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh, okay. Inspiration vote between the 3 that are not at the edges of the couch.
Ew.
Couches. Something you enjoyed about the session, something you enjoyed that another player did. Inspiration vote on the 3. Will you roll a d6 for me?
Sure.
Please.
5.
You!
Me? Let's see. Something I enjoyed with the session. Well, I mean, I love the disjuncture of. I have so much information about stuff I remember, and Aoife, who is normally like sleuthing it up, is like totally disinterested in her springtime mode to be like, which is hysterical. And but I was really excited just with the how much of a puzzle wrapped inside of an enigma wrapped inside of a what the fuck is going on, and all of the distinctions and trying to like put together all the clues and embedded things to understand the connections and what's happening, and it's all very exciting to my brain. But I really like this land in the world fall, and just how frustrating and frustrated people get in R to try to get information out of people. Where I like that it doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy. So and then both. I mean, I love seeing like the revelation of people's abilities, and the moonbeam was super cool. But yeah, I'd have to give my inspiration to Jake for the charming the thing out of the sky and bringing it to the ground to be grappled and slain. That was
Yay!
clutch.
Thanks. Remember that time when we scared away the first DM because of Tasha's hideous laugh during a
Because we took that
manticore?
thing down in
You said I had 4 hit points from the healing word?
6.
6. Thanks. I humbly accept your vote, and I thank you
You're welcome.
deeply.
Oh. Man. Oh.
That's okay.
These are all Jakes, I think. Jakey Jakes.
Yar.
Yeah, I liked the traveling through the mushroom portal.
Oh, where'd Bo go?
Where's Bo?
Oh, there he is.
Over there.
Thank you.
Our little adventure of us versus the stairs. The thing that got.
How do we get rid of exhaustion?
Long rest.
Long rest, baby.
Meeting Thray was really cool. Getting all this nice story details was really cool. And then I think my favorite thing, I think was Aoife using the hypnotic pattern. This shadowy dragon was pretty cool.
Yay!
Yeah, so that'll be my vote.
I wasn't sure because it's not a group. I want to save it for a group, but I'm like, how the fuck do
Oh,
we
use it.
shut down the fucking dragon?
Yeah.
Yay.
I liked how klutzy I was on this particular day. And what I like best, I like Bo grappling the damn dragon. That
Yup.
was really good.
Gotta keep it down.
My inspiration vote? Jake.
Thanks. Even though I was fucking with everyone all day.
That's her spring form?
Spring trickster. Sir.
So we've seen her in all her seasons now.
Yeah. Something I enjoyed about the session. There was a lot. I really liked the Thray, Ranger Thray, I guess. His personality and just all of the people who were working with him. Their personality of like, we're in a serious situation, so hurry up or don't. I really thought that was really fun and different. And something that another player did was, I think I'd give it to the hypnotic pattern for being something that I never would have thought of. I usually don't like spellcasters because I feel like I never really like the spells, but every time Jake pulls something out and I'm like, oh, you can use the spell that way, that's cool.
Thanks. I try to take it over Fireball because everyone always takes Fireball, but sometimes you want to hurt a whole bunch of enemies at once. But Hypnotic, just making every fucking enemy just stand still so you can punch it in the face is great, but also making him fall out of the sky. But it wouldn't have been good unless you held it down, because then it wasted its whole turn trying to get out of it. I like the Thray guy's personality. I like picturing this like unbelievably attractive Jared Leto playing a Lord of the Rings elf with biceps and calves, which Jared Leto doesn't have. I like picturing this dude and the sword having rubidium in it and the like pieces of the sword puzzle. That is all interesting, and we found out about Diz's super soldier past. So I liked all of that.
was very frustrated that I gave you advantage and you used it to dodge. I was super frustrated that we got exhaustion from the staircase, as was easy to read. I hate exhaustion, and I only use one D&D exhaustion on players, so I was pissed. I love that Bo has 121 hit points.
Yep.
Holy shit.
That is wild. And
You have a high constitution.
Yeah, I have a full 20 in Constitution, and I have the tough feet. So
Nice.
he's a con barb. Yeah. If you were a Loxodon, you'd have
Yeah, almost double what I have. How many hit points do you got?
121.
It's double.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. Yeah, it's hard to remember everything and figure out what to ask and what to figure out and who to talk to, and enjoys everybody's role play and figuring out what's happening with Chad.
Chad.
The conversation with you about Chad at the beginning was pretty fun, and like, who is Chad and why does he have all this power, and we should still try to seduce him. So I'll vote for Bo for holding down the dragon, and then I guess it'll be.
Then for Bo for averting his eyes when Aoife was changing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. I was really hoping to tease them out. So is that 3-2 for me then?
Yeah.
All right, I will take the inspiration. I will waste it again next time. Thank you, Mr. Kurland, for your excellent DMing. Oh, and would you like the wrap up? Did you go?
No, I didn't go. Yeah, we had a lot of great stuff. I mean, it was interesting seeing Aoife's spring form. Bo, great as usual, completely acting out the part. Hugh was actually much more clutch in that fight than you guys realize.
With all the guiding bolts and the
radiant
advantage.
damages.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your advantage.
Yeah, it wasn't even the advantage. There's other things in play with that.
The moonbeam was also.
Yeah, I was gonna say the moonbeam was pretty exciting to see for the first time.
Yay.
That was pretty cool.
The upcast moonbeam.
Yeah, the upcast moonbeam.
What is that?
Well, it's just a higher level,
Yeah, higher
so it's even
level.
more,
I see.
more damage.
Tinny doing the acting out the repressed memories of Chad. That was fun to see finally too. That was great. Yeah, everything was great. Thanks for being such good players. It's fun.